Turn your mic on, Greg.
Hello.
Hello.
Are we live?
Hello,
No,
folks.
We're not live.
Hey, Bear. And
Hello, folks. Do you like Nate Bargatze?
No, who's
you know
that?
who Nate Bargatze is?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you just offended
Comedian?
Greg.
No, he's a good. He's a comedian. He's good. He's funny. He's clean. Kids could watch it. The
Really?
kids love him. Yeah.
Okay, but is it
The boys
clean
love
like
it.
that Tim guy?
Tim
Tim-
Hawkins?
yeah,
No, he's corny.
Oh,
Oh, he drives me crazy. I can't. Do you know who I love? Trey Kennedy.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Trey Kennedy
He's
so
hilarious.
much.
Rolling start.
Did you see his video? The if like streaming channels.
Yes,
were
were people-
Yeah, I couldn't think of the term.
If streaming channels were
Were
people.
people?
Yes,
Yeah, it's really
Tell me.
I love it.
Say more.
It's funny. You just gotta watch it.
I love his like Max, the middle schooler, because it's
Yeah.
so Brennan.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yep. Hello, Bert Anderson
Oh, hi. Are we
and
live?
Andy. Are we live? I don't know. I don't have Facebook.
Yeah, we're
up.
live.
Hello.
We've been going. We've been going the whole thing
I was
from
looking
the
at Best Buy.
hello.
or something.
Yeah.
I was texting about softball uniforms.
All right. It's that time of year. Let's start talking about spring
Yay.
stuff.
Sports.
Baseball,
Yay,
spring
sports.
training, like report to spring training in like 2 weeks,
Nice.
10 days,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Guess what Brennan's going to do for a summer job?
Keep
Well,
score.
I don't work at a.
It is brilliant. He's going to be an umpire.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I was
Yeah.
going to
That-
say he's going to work for like Parks and Rec or something
No,
for
like
sports.
like Minnesota Umpire
Really?
Association.
That's good. You know what? You could make some good little
He's
scratch
going to
doing
make
that.
big money doing that.
Yeah.
And he's so smart. He was like, it'll work really well when I go into like announcing.
Yeah.
But he
I
wants
did
to do
that in high school.
softball. Yeah.
In
I
high
wish
school,
I
they got a
I
bunch
wish
of
I
high
had
school
umped.
guys to do
I
Little
ref
League.
soccer for like one season. It was so
Yeah.
boring.
My
That's
dad did,
boring.
like-
It's a lot of running.
Oh, I was never the center judge. I was always the line judge.
yeah.
So I'm just like stupid flags.
Waving
running
flags.
Down. Yeah, it was.
Offsides. You don't even get to say anything. You just
No,
put
you
your
just
flag
put the
up and
flag
hope
up.
the center ref
Yeah.
acknowledges
or
your
when
presence.
or when the ball goes out of bounds, you like, have to point which direction.
I don't know much
You-
about soccer.
And then
Every
the kids
parent gets
cry
mad at
about
you no
it.
matter which way you do
Yeah.
point.
And
I'm just the
you have
line.
to be right next to him.
Yeah.
You have to
I'm just
run
a
in front of
side
him.
judge.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
I did that.
I'm good.
You good? We have Bert Anderson here with us today again. Greg
It's been a
Tizer.
long time.
It has. It's
been a long time.
Probably since
Been a while.
right before
There was
Halloween.
no
I
there was
think.
no snow on the ground.
Right before Halloween, because I think we did like a Halloween candy.
We did.
Draft.
We did.
Speaking of,
We do a lot of food
This
things when I
Sunday-
come.
That was just.
this Sunday is Super Bowl.
I texted that,
Oh,
but I'm not claiming that it was my idea alone.
okay.
I had that idea from Ann.
Well, we're gonna
Anderson.
do a
no
Super
relation
Okay.
to Bert
No
this morning.
relationship.
Like
No.
Super Bowl party food draft. Like, say you got invited to go to your friends. They said bring something to share, and we're gonna take turns and draft food that you would want to
did
eat at a
research.
Super Bowl party.
You would.
You did
I did.
research.
Yep.
We're gonna
That's
start
so
with
Brennan.
Greg.
That's so Brennan Anderson.
Greg
of you.
gets the
Or
first
is it
pick.
Bert
No,
Anderson?
Bert could get first pick.
Okay, but I looked up
Do I-
recipes.
Recipes? What?
Well, I just did a Google search.
That's the difference between men and women. Women
This
will
is so-
actually
this is
make
like-
something that takes longer to make than the Super Bowl itself.
If we're
whereas
talking-
guys will just throw a bag of chips at it.
And women are going to be self-conscious of why their
Thing is not
snack
being
is
eaten.
not completely gone when
Oh,
the bag
see,
of
I
chips-
don't even think of that.
No, I'm just joking. They won't.
All right, Bert, you get to go first.
But this is like when Moneyball, like Billy Bean, first started revolutionizing baseball draft because back in the day, Oakland A's they had their draft board and they would get like 85% of the guys they had that they wanted
Nobody
Because
else was
nobody
crazy.
wanted them, right?
because nobody was using the whole
Because they
Moneyball
were
system.
not good yet.
Now other teams have
Yet.
far surpassed that.
Right.
That was a good
But
movie.
anyway,
It was. This is probably one of the better baseball movies.
it was good. It was genius to cast Brad Pitt because it got lots of wives to want to also go and see a baseball movie.
Oh, I suppose so.
So,
Or was it
and-
Jonah Hill? Maybe it
Or
was
was
Jonah
it?
Hill.
It was Chris
the,
Pratt.
Yes, he was. He played. He
Yeah.
had a very small
was
role
one of
as
his, like,
who was it? The first baseman. I can't think of it. Anyway, I've been watching Parks and
what
Rec
is his
again.
name?
So
I have-
Scott.
I have no idea.
Scott Somethingberg.
yes, was it Soderbergh? No,
No. Anyway,
I think he was still in
Hatterberg?
Parks.
Hatterberg.
No, yeah, he was still in Parks and Rec.
Andy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was still
Yeah, it
Andy
was
when
probably,
he got that.
It was probably
Okay,
right
so
when
Parks and Rec
Peg
was
Day.
really his first thing.
I don't
Kinda
know if
first
it was
big thing.
really his first thing, but it was his first big thing. Yeah.
Okay. That was noticeable. Yeah.
He was probably like a fourth character in some like dudes movie. Like
I think
you
he
know what
was,
I mean?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like played a college student.
I loved him in Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
I should watch that again.
Parks and Rec in general.
Yes, it was
I go
such a
and-
great movie.
If we don't have shows to watch, Jordan and I, then I'll cycle through Parks and Rec, Office, and Seinfeld. Like
That makes sense.
just go through all three of those.
Ben and I
Start 'em
do
over.
Friends,
Gilmore Girls.
Frasier. We do Gilmore Girls.
I heard Ben likes Gilmore Girls.
Bell-
You
Ben-
make him watch Gilmore Girls?
No, he chooses to watch. He
Okay.
likes Gilmore Girls.
goodness.
It happened on accident. It was during a tax season,
Yeah.
and I would fall asleep to Gilmore Girls on, and then he would come home late at night, and it would be on, and then he would end up watching it, and they talk so fast, and he liked the jokes.
See, I can't. That's what I can't do. I can't do that. There's 18 people talking at once.
They're so funny though.
I can't hear it. I grew up with three sisters, and it's always I always
You
marvel.
should be good at that then.
I know, but I always marvel at like women could do this. They could all three be talking at the same time
And listening to everything.
listening to everything.
Yeah.
And the only male that I've ever met that can do that is Evan, my son.
Because he's probably the same way.
He could pay attention to 18 things.
He can. It's a
It's
superpower.
crazy. It is.
So Chris Pratt was in 9 episodes of The OC.
What?
Oh, that doesn't
as
surprise me.
Che.
Che?
I don't even know what that was.
The OC?
Who that
character,
was?
The OC.
Do you remember
Orange-
Che?
I've never watched OC.
never watched
I only remember the song.
Because I lived in Chino, and the
California.
bad guy, the bad or the
California,
tough kid, whatever,
here
was
we
supposed to be from
go.
Chino.
Right?
Fun fact: the city of Chino actually, I don't know if they brought a lawsuit or basically they threatened because he was from Chino, and they would film scenes of him going home. Who was the main dude that was supposed to be like the bad boy or whatever?
Never watched it. I have no
It wasn't
idea.
his name Ben.
Probably. We'll say
I
Ben.
think his name was Ben.
When he'd
And-
go home to Chino, where they filmed it was like L.A. or South Central
Oh,
or Long Beach maybe, and
but it was not.
and so the city of Chino, which isn't horrible, it's not that bad area. Like they weren't happy.
That makes
It's-
sense.
It's going to mess up home values.
That does. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
I mean, we're proud of our town with a maximum security prison that
So-
people escape from all the time.
Something to be proud of.
Yeah,
That's alarming. I didn't know that.
yeah. It's not. It's like medium security, but people escape. But
Clearly.
they have people there that aren't supposed to be there. Like,
Oh.
yeah. Oh yeah.
How do they escape? Did they ever tell you? Probably
I don't
not.
know. I think they just walk out.
Dig a hole.
Yeah. Dig a hole.
It's like
and
Shawshank.
jump over the fence. I mean, it's just like a chain link
Swim
fence.
through the sewers.
It is not a chain. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like most dogs can even probably jump over it. Just joking. No, there's razor wire and there's guard towers and
Makes
stuff.
you wonder. How do you escape?
There-
Did you ever see Shawshank Redemption?
A long time ago. I know. It's like every guy's favorite.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Drop it out of your
Had the little
pants.
rock hammer and then
Yep.
little by little out on the playground or whatever they call it.
On the playground.
The yard.
The yard.
Yeah. The grown up inmate version of a playground.
So we have the Super Bowl this Sunday,
Yes, we do.
and a lot of people are going to go and hang with some friends and go to parties. You're having some people over.
Yep.
And oftentimes you bring food, bring some snacks, bring something to eat and
Or you just go and
snack
consume.
on. Or yeah, or you just go and eat.
Yep.
Sign up for plates. That's a popular one.
Even the youth group is having a party.
Yes.
And they're supposed to bring some food. So we're going to do a draft. Is it too much to do 4 rounds or 3? Just do 3 rounds?
Let's just do 3.
Three
Let's
rounds.
do 3 rounds, and we're not going to do snake. Just go Bert, Greg, me, Bert, Greg, me, Bert, Greg, me. So
'Kay.
I'll get the last pick in every round. And Bert, you get to go first.
Okay.
Please keep them.
If you pick something, none of us can ever pick that again.
I'm going to go with boneless chicken wings.
Boneless chicken wings.
I'm sorry, got to. Sorry.
Chicken tenders?
No,
Yeah,
because
pretty
they're going to
much.
have the sauce.
Okay.
The sauce.
The
What kind of
boneless,
sauce?
just the regular,
Just the regular.
the
What does that
spicy
mean?
sauce.
Spicy, regular spicy sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super Bowl, one word.
When I lived in New Jersey, there was this place called Piccadilly Wings.
Piccadilly.
They had the best sauce.
Nice.
Wings.
Big wings. I'm a dry rub sauce. I'm a dry rub fan myself.
Really?
Yeah. Brick and Bourbon down in Maple Grove.
Yes.
One
Oh,
of my
yes.
favorite places.
That is a good place.
They have roasted garlic and sriracha rub, and it
Ooh.
is fantastic.
I don't like the bones in wings.
Yeah, I do.
It's just too much. It's
Yeah.
too much work.
I like
too
the
messy.
flats.
Yep. So yeah.
Boneless, spicy wings. Greg,
Spicy.
Spicy with
but
Are
the
we-
bone.
Blue
Do we have
cheese.
to?
You can bring
boneless.
bone ones. Boned.
yeah. You could bring bone wings.
Because I'm going bone in.
All right, we
How
got a
about
lot of
that?
chicken wings. What kind of bone in? What kind of?
I didn't know we had to be that specific.
well,
I'm
you
just saying
do because
wings.
there's many different sauces.
Yeah. I mean, you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, they have like 9 different levels
They
of
do.
sauce.
Okay, you're bringing in some. It's not Buffalo Wild Wings, where people get to order. And
No.
No.
I'm bringing
You gotta
wings,
bring it
and it's going to have a
specific.
dry rub, and it's going to be.
You got to be able to make this yourself.
I know how to make things.
You or Jordan.
Sprinkle seasoning.
Yep.
Okay.
Or rub it.
Oh, is it that easy?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So
I
what-
do
Oh,
most of the cooking.
You do? You just said you don't know how to make things.
I said I know how to make.
Oh, I thought you said you
Oh.
don't. Did you hear? I don't know how to
Highly
make things.
offended.
I don't know. He mumbles a lot.
Okay.
So
I
I
do.
have no idea.
Yeah.
85% of the cooking?
Not so much anymore, but when we
Okay.
first got married, I probably did like 99% of the cooking.
99. Like,
Yeah. Now it's
that's
it's
quite a
close
bit.
to-
That means that she like would
No, Jordan will tell
pour
you
you
the
a
same
bowl
thing.
of cereal like every once.
That's not cooking, Andy. No, but like Jordan didn't grow up like cooking, and she was nervous. She's a perfectionist, so
Yeah.
she's afraid she's going to mess something up.
Right.
I was like, you kind of just have to. That's how you learn.
That is how you learn.
Are you good cook, Bert?
So Jordan does
I
do a lot
am
of
cook.
cooking now.
I can follow directions.
Between you and Ben.
Well,
Which food do the kids like more?
I don't know. It depends on what it is. So
Okay.
Ben makes a really good venison steak.
Okay. The
He's-
kids like venison?
They love venison.
cool.
That's what we
That's
do
good.
for our red meat.
So does Ben usually stock up a good amount of meat for hunting season?
Yeah, if they're lucky, Ben and Brennan do. Yes.
Nice. Cool. So Greg's,
I don't know what kind of dry rub I'd do. So I just can't think of. I don't want to just poach the sriracha.
But you can.
You could just like order out a bunch of them and just pick them up and bring them
You
over.
could say, yeah.
We'll just say
The
garlic
sample
and sriracha
platter.
From Brick
wings
and
from
Bourbon.
Brick and Bourbon.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll
I'll
take
do it.
guacamole.
Oh, what are you trying to kill me?
That's
Yep.
good.
I'll do some guacamole dip and then specifically like the blue chips.
How do you spell sriracha?
Oh, I like
love the blue.
the blue
blue
corn?
chip.
Yep, the blue with
Blue
flax seeds in
corn.
them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be mine. All
Isn't
Bert.
sriracha like SRIR? It's like weird.
It is weird. I don't know how to spell it. There should be a spell check on there.
Are you writing these all down?
He is
Okay.
in the
Dry
comments.
In the comments.
Andy, what was yours, Andy? Blue corn chips?
guacamole and blue
That's
chips.
2. So you taking 2 picks?
No, you gotta, dork. You
You
gotta
can't
dip
just
something.
bring guacamole.
Okay.
You
We
gotta-
could bring just chips, though. That's what's weird. You ever think about that?
yeah.
You could.
I don't think you'd ever just bring the blue,
Man.
organic blue chips,
Life is
tortilla chips with
complicated.
flax seeds in
Life
it.
is
Just as
complicated, isn't it?
its own.
Blue
Okay.
corn chips.
According to my research, I am going to bring sliders.
Sliders.
Ooh, I might make those for dinner.
Oh, that sounds good. I will.
Sam's had ribeye
I will be
burger
over
sliders.
in a little bit.
You should make.
Like 18 little ones.
you should
Oh.
bring
It was
chicken
pretty-
waffle sliders.
Chicken and waffles.
So
They make
love
chicken
and
waffles
waffles.
at Brick and Bourbon. Apparently, I like Brick and Bourbon a lot, which is
You do like Brick and
definitely
Bourbon.
true. Nothing against our social, which is owned by the same people. But I've
But
been
why is that?
there's
That's
some-
not anything against it if they own.
no, I've been there 3 times. I've ordered the same exact thing all 3 times.
Yep.
So it's like I've only been there once.
You know how much salmon salad you have to order to not be known as I don't know, whatever.
As the Asian
The
guy,
Asian
Rogers.
German guy?
It's the orange fennel salad, which has salmon in it. and then
I feel like salmon should be more the salmon with orange and fennel.
right. I think salmon should be in the title of the salad.
Yeah.
Not
Is it?
No,
It's not?
it's called orange fennel salad.
They don't even tell you there's salmon in it until you
Right.
read the
Or do you
description?
order it with salmon?
That's interesting.
No, it's got salmon in it. That I'm sure. I don't know, but the last time we were there, the lady, our server, asked, "Have you ever had that before?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've ordered before." She's like, "Okay," and then she just walked away. And both Greg and I were like,
Wait, what?
Why would she ask me that?" And then she came back, and then we were like, "Why did you ask me that?" And then she just laughed and then walked away
She
again.
kind of chuckled and walked away.
So finally, by the end of the night, when we were doing everything, she said, "Well, a lot of people order it and then realize they don't like the fennel because it's got this real distinct sort of
right.
black licorice.
I was going to say, it
taste.
tastes like black licorice.
Yeah, it's called anise. Anyway,
Anise is also its own spice, right? Or herb or whatever it
It
is.
is.
herb. Yeah,
Herb.
They also cure pipe tobacco in anise, and then also cigars. Some cigars are
Oh, really?
cured with.
Is it a leaf?
No.
What is it?
It's like it looks like.
Doesn't it look like a star?
No, it almost
Or-
looks like shallots.
You could get star anise.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Onions.
thinking of. Okay.
But
That
anyway,
that's if you get it on like the seasoning shelf or whatever, spices, little.
I bet
container.
if you dry it out and then.
I think it's the
Yeah.
dried version, yes.
Powdered.
I think it does, maybe.
So what was your second one?
Sliders.
Sliders. Dang, that's
Yep.
good.
I said sliders. Research.
We had sliders at your house for dinner one time.
We did.
They were delish.
It was the
Were they Hawaiian rolls or just like that? shape
Hawaiian
side?
rolls,
Ooh, I
and it
love-
had
I
the
love
poppy
those things.
seeds and ham. Oh, so
Mustard.
good.
I love
Mustard.
Hawaiian rolls.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
good.
so good.
Hawaiian rolls are the best.
They
man.
are the best.
GRE double G.
I was not prepared for this.
It was your idea.
I know, but that's how I go. I get an idea and then.
I'm going to look up fennel.
So I'm going wings.
Oh, yes.
I go wings first pick. Bert's got wings and sliders. Man, that's pretty strong. Top two.
She's a woman.
Okay, this is a specific one.
Specific.
I'm going Kim Kringen's meatballs that he brings to the Super Bowl party.
You got to get him to make them though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim Kringen will
he
make
has
them.
to make them.
What if you're going to his Super Bowl party?
I will say, hey Kim,
actually
can
is
you
probably
make
gonna
those
be up here and
meatballs?
bring 'em up here.
That's right, and that's why I'm coming.
You're gonna come here and steal them and bring them to your own Super Bowl party.
Hey Kim, can you make those meatballs if I come over and watch the Super
I
Bowl?
don't know if
That's
he
how it
knows
would
what
go.
social media is. He's probably not watching.
No,
this.
he does. Yeah. If you don't know, Kim Kringen makes
The one Asian guy that does not very technology. Literate.
does not vary technology. Oh man, so my kids, the boys especially, but actually all three are really into stand-up comedy right now, and so I've been trying to find like good ones that are clean. And this is one he's always been a clean comic. I've never been a huge fan, but Brian Regan, only because
He's considered a clean comic, but I'm not a huge fan of him.
I have a hard time watching him because his facial expression, it's just too much for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's part of his.
But we found
spiel.
Let me see.
we found a special on Spotify that Asher and I were listening to yesterday, and it was actually really funny. I was like, man, his jokes, his stand-up's funny when I don't have to watch him.
Right. Well, he got big back in the day when they were on like tape.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't recognize this guy.
So, but he has a bit on foreign language. He's like, he's like, I can speak English barely, just enough to order food at a restaurant. And I started laughing, and Asher didn't get it. I'm like, it's because like that's something you say if you're learning another language. Like, oh, I could order my food, and he's like, I'll have ham on table for stomach. Like it's just all choppy. I'm like, that's got to be how it sounds to
Right.
someone when we're trying to speak a foreign language. Anyway, so I'm going to go Kim Kringen's meatballs that I believe he makes with grape jelly.
Grape jelly.
And
Interesting.
does he use? He probably uses sriracha.
I think it's like, does he use like the Thai chili sauce or something? You don't know? You haven't asked? Have you had these? They're delicious.
I've had them.
I know that there is
I
a
don't
slow
ask.
cooker recipe where it's
Yep.
just 3 pounds of meatballs, a whole thing of grape jelly, sriracha sauce, and you just cook them.
It might be.
for 3
For some
hours.
'Cause
reason,
they're
I
not
want to see.
spicy,
I've
but
seen
there
like
might be a
little
little
red
tang.
Yes.
pepper flakes in
That's
them.
why I think it's either pepper flake or maybe he puts like Thai chili,
That would
sweet
make
chili
sense.
sauce. But
I
the
would
grape
think
jelly,
my version
they're
is very
delish.
basic. His is probably a little stepped up version than what I just said.
basic.
All right, so Greg's got
pumpkin
the
spice.
Yep.
Pumpkin spice meatballs for
little
Halloween party.
pumpkin spice.
Greg's
Google-
got
Google would love it.
Scams meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
Skims. Sam Kim. You know those little smokies wrapped in bacon?
Ah, that was my
Oh.
with
sleeper.
brown sugar?
Yes.
That's what I'm bringing.
Those are good.
And bacon and brown
Bacon
sugar.
and brown
Yep.
sugar.
Yeah.
You put a little pinch of brown sugar on each of them. Throw them in the oven
Those
for
are
a little
so
while.
good.
I was just gonna go just the slow cooker version with barbecue.
Oh.
Equally, well, not equally, but also good.
Yep.
But if you wrap anything in bacon, that's kind of like
Bacon,
cheating.
brown sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're
You
so
can't
good.
go wrong. I know what my next one is.
All right,
Bacon
go.
sliders.
No, queso.
Ooh.
Queso.
And he's already bringing chips.
I know, so I don't even
Quesarilla.
have to bring the chips.
Wait,
I love queso.
I don't know if I would do the blue chips in the queso though.
bacon.
Why?
I'm sure they'd probably be
Wrap.
They
fine
go fine with everything,
with the blue chips.
but probably the
Lil-
chili lime
Target has these really good blue.
or hint of lime chips. I mean,
Is Target? No, Cub has these. It's an off brand of organic, but the blue chips with the flax seeds in them.
Yeah,
ooh,
They're so good.
really?
they are good. They're hard to.
And I found this.
stop.
This is off the topic. These dark chocolate granola at Target by Good and
Good and plenty.
Good and Plenty.
Yeah,
These little dark
Good and
chocolate
Gather.
oatmeal chunks. They're so good, and they're like
yeah.
low calorie.
But is it like they're healthy, but you can't just stop at the serving size?
Yeah.
Because then it's
Right.
really not.
Actually, I put them in a bowl with oatmeal, Quaker Oat oatmeal squares.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, those are so.
Yeah.
We call those grandpa squares.
I love them because they don't get soggy.
That's what Brennan
They
called.
never
used to
get
call
soggy
Grandpa squares.
them.
because Grandpa would eat them.
No, because
Is
they
that
look like
Quaker guy?
the Quaker Oat guy.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like your grandpa.
All right, Bert, your last pick.
got-
That was my
Queso.
last queso.
Oh, queso.
Queso.
So
It's too many women here talking. I couldn't.
Too many women in here talking.
That's my excuse.
whatever. We could add one more if you want me to go, Andy.
I don't know what you're
Go
talking
fetch
about. Greg,
someone from down
pick
the hall?
Last pick.
You could cut the tension
I am.
with a knife.
I'm well prepared to be mocked.
Okay.
I'm going veggie platter with ranch dip.
There's always one person who has to do that.
But here's the caveat:
Okay.
I have to find one that doesn't have the little tomatoes because those always get left behind.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
The
those are that's
tomatoes
like
out.
what my kids eat first.
Really?
Yes.
That's it. I feel like people go carrots, then they go, like surprisingly, the cold broccoli people eat, and then if there's sometimes there's pepper, like bell pepper,
Yeah.
spears in there. I might change my pick. No, I'll go veggie tray. I got to keep
I was
my.
kind of going down that road, but
I mean, there might be some gluten-free folks.
yeah.
That's
Well,
nice.
I was gonna.
Is that keto? No, it's all keto's meat, right?
No, well, there's
What's
no
paleo?
No, it would be paleo, but it would also depending on what kind of keto you do, the carrots wouldn't really be keto friendly because of the carbs.
What's the difference between?
Keto,
the
paleo.
It's like think Atkins.
What language is this?
So keto's just low
Diet.
carb.
Diet
Paleo
language?
is like
Paleo
hunter-gatherer.
is yes, hunter gatherer.
Either-
Can it be grown or is
Can it
it
be-
processed?
Yeah,
And
but
then
they
what
don't do fruit.
paleo
Or is that
is-
keto?
That's keto.
Because it's carbs.
Carbs. Think
Where's my watch?
Atkins.
My watch keeps making weird.
12 grams of carbs or
Veggie
under.
tray. I'm going veggie.
I'll do a deep fried green beans.
Oh,
Nope, I already have those on my veggie platter.
but not the deep fried part.
Not the deep fried part.
Andy's deep fried green beans are not keto friendly.
No.
If you use like almond flour.
If you used almond
or-
flour, then they would be.
You could use. What about? Not rice flour either.
Nope.
Because I would
What if
probably
you use
rice
Italian
flour.
flour?
What's that?
What is in Italian flour?
I don't know, but well, I guess it's still has the carbs.
If it
I was
has
thinking
wheat,
I was thinking gluten
yeah.
because my sisters can't have gluten, but they can have flour from Italy, which is strange.
There's got to
Apparently
be
it's
something
the-
with their
It's
wheat.
something in ours that's the problem.
Probably.
Andy's
So-
going deep fried green beans.
So read them all. What are the picks?
Andy sounds like he just likes going to TGI Fridays. Green
I haven't haven't been there in a long
I
time.
know. When's the last time you've been to
Why
Fridays?
would you?
I used to love
there
TGI
even one
Fridays.
around
Yes,
here?
it's over
that's
by
'cause
Chick-fil-A.
That's when there was only like
And
Applebee's
Is there really?
Yes.
How
Yep.
have I never even thought about Fridays over there?
Oh my gosh.
right across the walkway from Benihana.
Yeah. And Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
I feel
right
like
right
that
between
is an
them.
invisible TGI Fridays. Who goes there?
It's always busy.
It's always busy.
Always busy.
Really?
Because it's always Fridays.
Weird. So
That's their tagline.
It's always
Bert
Friday.
is bringing to the party some boneless spicy wings. I feel like you lose points for going boneless.
No, you do
Yep.
not.
I agree.
No.
Boneless
I agree.
wings, sliders, and queso.
Okay, Greg.
I feel like that's a meal right there.
It is.
I got garlic sriracha wings, dry rub, bone in. Maybe I should be. You don't have to say bone in. That's just wings. What else I get? Kim Kringan's meatballs
And then a veggie plate.
platter. You guys need some roughage. Broccoli. It's like the push broom. It sweeps everything out. You gotta eat that last.
Oh, yeah.
And then Andy, Mr. TGI Fridays with his
We're brick and bourbon.
Guacamole.
guac. But if this is TGI Fridays, then you probably should change that to the
Queso.
spin dip.
Oh, yeah.
Spinach parm or whatever. Spinach artichoke. Yeah. I'm just joking. Okay, guac with blue corn chips.
Yep.
Bacon wrap Little Smokies.
Yep.
With
brown sugar.
Oh,
you forgot that part. That's
Yep.
very
yeah,
important.
I know. I'm trying to
It's
type
when they
with one hand.
caramelize with the rendered fat from the bacon. Oh my goodness.
With brown, light brown or dark brown? Do you not know that there's two different?
There are two.
Okay.
Are there?
I
Yeah, I
don't
was
think it
just
really
joking.
makes a difference.
Dark brown.
And deep fried green beans.
Yep.
I don't know who wins, but I say that's a nice party.
Yeah.
Who
do it
cares
up.
about the game? I think Bert.
I care about.
Do you care about the game?
Well, kind of, sort of. I don't know. It
Who
depends.
do you want to win? Do you care? Do you
Oh,
know?
who is it again? The Chiefs
The Chiefs and the Eagles.
and the Eagles. Okay, I don't. So I used to live in South Jersey, like 30 minutes from Philly.
Okay.
So I kind of go towards the Eagles, but I've been told by Brennan that that is very bad, and I'm a
But
disappointment.
he's wrong like half the time.
And,
know.
At
and he'll
least.
probably change his mind.
He
before-
probably will. I don't know if he will though.
I feel like
I don't
if
think he
I-
will
if
because
I
he's
could talk to
very
him for, like,
in love with
7
Mahomes.
minutes, I could convince him just about anything.
You might be able to. I don't know.
He's
so funny.
oft easily swayed by
He is.
He's funny.
more data,
He is. He is.
but he's great. He's so much fun.
I probably will. I'm there for the commercials.
Commercials.
$7 million or 7 point something million dollars for 30 seconds.
But okay, here's what I don't understand. Like, so they made a big deal about Airbnb and Melissa McCarthy's commercial. They've already started showing it.
Yeah, they show those before, like the week before, like the
Yeah.
last several years they have.
So what is the big deal about having?
Well, I feel like the last couple of years have not been that great about
No.
commercials.
Because a lot of
No.
people don't watch them. Like,
Right.
that's weird.
But there are some of us who watch for the commercials.
I don't watch for the commercials, but I enjoy.
I love the
There
commercials.
haven't been that many great ones.
Not
last couple
lately.
years.
No.
And you never remember them this far in advance. Like,
What's the biggest Super Bowl commercial that you remember? When you think of like,
Do you
great Super Bowl
remember like
commercials.
the Pepsi commercials, like back in the 90s?
Cindy Crawford?
Yes.
that was like one of the
was
first.
that the one where Michael
major-
Jackson burned his hair? Was that a Super Bowl commercial,
Oh, I
or was
don't
that a
know.
concert?
I don't.
No, it was filming a commercial.
It was
Okay,
a
that's
commercial,
what I
but I
thought.
think it was. It
I
had
thought
to
it
have
was a
been.
Pepsi commercial.
It probably was a Pepsi commercial,
Yeah.
but like those
It
were
was
like
a Pepsi
huge.
commercial.
The Budweiser frogs.
Yeah.
That-
Remember the
Budweiser always
the
had.
baby monkey, the Mountain Dew one, the
Yeah.
monkey baby puppy one.
Yeah. That was disturbing.
It was
Baby
a monkey in a
monkey.
diaper with a puppy head.
Yes.
A pug. I think it was a pug. And then the herding cats one, I thought that one was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Budweiser always has them. Like they would have funny ones and they'd have like sentimental ones. Like
Yes.
the horses,
The horse ones with the dog.
Yeah, it's like they make you
They would
laugh
always
and they
make you cry.
while you're getting inebriated.
Yeah. What were some of the best commercials?
Doritos. Do
Doritos?
Doritos always have big ones?
Yes. Okay, so Allie Landry, you know, she was the Doritos
yeah.
lady. I
Yeah.
met her at a baby expo when When Kira was a baby, she held
That's
Kira.
funny. Really?
I have a picture of her
Did
holding
she ever
Kira.
do
pretty
anything
random.
besides the commercials and holding Kira? Because I don't remember.
More famous
she
for holding Kira than
Came
she
out
is
like
for,
in that commercial. She got.
She was
super
just a
big.
model, and then she did some. She
I don't even know who you're talking about.
This would be what, late
The
90s?
Doritos lady.
Late 90s, probably. Was it the 3D Doritos?
yeah, and she was married to Mario Lopez.
Okay, I feel like she
This
like
lady,
started
see?
dating a few different athletes and stuff after that, and then
She
Does
did.
not look familiar. I mean, she's like TV pretty. Yeah, nice shirt.
you have her. Is her picture there holding Kira? Or not?
I would
Kira?
have-
Did you say Kira or Kendall?
Kira, yeah.
Yeah.
Kira went to she went to Las Vegas when she was 4 months old
Nice.
because we did a baby expo.
Okay.
I have a picture of Kira with these baby headphones on and the like little, I don't know, thing that it was like a little like headband thing that held them on, but it fell down over her eyes. And she was in the middle of like the old strip in Las Vegas
That's funny. Close
in
your
her
ears.
stroller.
Cover your eyes. Cover your ears.
Greg, who do you want to win the Super Bowl?
The refs.
The
refs.
refs.
The refs, I feel like, have been taking some abuse here lately, and I really think they need to win. And
Well,
by
what
refs
would
winning, that means you don't hear their names and you don't even realize that they're there.
Yeah.
She was in a laundromat. It was the Doritos laundromat. Okay, Andy doesn't.
It was that that's just nacho cheese. I thought it was like the 3D. Remember the 3D?
There was a 3D one.
Doritos?
There was a whole bunch of different ones. This one, I can't show the rest. This is church.
Yeah, I didn't. I once
have
I
safe
saw
search
a few
on?
pictures, I
Nope.
closed the window.
I feel like we're missing some iconic ones. Well, then they started getting pretty sleazy, like the GoDaddy commercials with what's her
Yes.
name, the race car driver.
Oh,
lady.
Danica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got really sleazy, and then it was like, wow, we got to turn off the commercials and just wait for the halftime show.
And then, then COVID, the COVID year, they were all sappy,
Yeah.
and they were all about we're in this together.
Yeah. No, we're not. You're still making tons of money.
Yes.
Thank you, corporation, for being in this with me.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Let's see. According to Country Living, the 12 best.
Well, no, I'm not going to contribute to
Oh,
your
the
cause.
Cool Ranch dude,
Cool ranch, dude.
Sam Watterson or Sam Elliott, and Lil Nas X.
I love salmon. Oh yeah, I remember that commercial.
When was that?
That was in 2020. I do remember that because that was one of the few funny commercials in 2020.
I just don't remember it, but Sam Elliott's awesome.
Let's see. Amazon, what did we do before Alexa?
Well, I'm still living it.
Tide. It's a Tide ad. That had Stranger Things star David Harbour in it.
I think there's still another big company.
Oh.
Pepsi, Budweiser always did, and then I feel like
Puppy
we're missing
Love
a
in
big one.
2014.
Oh,
The
yes.
puppy and the Clydesdale.
Yeah. There you go, sappy Budweiser.
Where's the beef? That one first started at the Super Bowl.
Was it really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wendy's.
Yeah.
Where's the beef?
Oh, the little Darth Vader.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that was a
BW's
good
the
one.
Force.
Yeah,
That.
I remember that.
The Volkswagen one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the Betty White Snickers.
Yes.
Hangry. Yep.
Yes.
That's good.
Herding
Way to
cat.
go.
Herding
Snickers?
cats. Old Spice, the man your man
I'm on a
could
boat.
smell like. Yeah.
I'm on a horse. I'm in a boat.
Oh, the E-Trade baby. Do you remember the
Yeah.
E-Trade baby?
I do. I feel like Snickers. That's like
Oh, the Singing Frogs, 1995.
yeah. Wow, 95. I was
Yeah,
thinking
that
like
was
even later
Budweiser.
90s. Wow, that's been around forever. I feel like the Snickers, Betty White commercials.
Working, I guess.
Oh.
That's worked its way into just like our everyday dialogue. Like if someone's hangry, it's
Yes.
like, you can turn into Betty White.
Yes.
Like, at least I say that to my kids.
There's the McDonald's showdown between Michael Jordan and Larry Bird
Yeah,
for a Big Mac.
McDonald's.
I remember that
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
in
McDonald's had some
93.
big ones. I feel like they don't really do that many.
They can't afford to pay
last.
athletes that much to be in a commercial that
Those
they're
were
already
big.
paying a lot of money for.
They probably don't even need to be
Yeah.
honest.
Nike. One of the very first really big Super Bowl ads was the Apple,
Oh,
the Mac one.
Yep.
The
yes.
Yeah, you got a good memory, Greg, because that popped up on that list too.
1984 kind of thing.
Did you look that up?
No.
Did
I
you
just
see my
remember.
computer?
No, I just remember it.
Man,
That was like one of the first really big, and it was like cinematic quality, and it was long.
it was
I
weird
remember
though, because
thinking
it was like on it was like people watching a screen, right?
yeah, it was supposed
so
to be
it
like
felt
the Big
a
Brother
little
kinda
Wow.
kind of an indoctrination kind of thing.
That was kind of their point.
Yeah.
It's very Apple
Yeah.
of them. But serious, like, and then once they introduced iPods and stuff and the new Mac stuff, it was all like colors with just the black silhouette of people dancing. And
Yeah, that was not till like 2000.
yeah, but I mean, complete polar opposite of like, as far as like the mood for their
Right.
ads. It's kind of funny.
All right. So some interesting news and stuff in kind of the world.
Yeah.
Really?
What?
Yeah. You know who Burt Bacharach? Singer?
Did he die?
He died today.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. You know any of his songs?
Not one. Maybe if I heard it.
Sing us one.
I don't remember the name of it right now. I was looking it up earlier.
I've-
What is it? Oh, no.
What the world needs now? No.
No, I don't think he did that. Was that Tom Jones who did that one?
That's what I was thinking of. Tom Jones. That. Let's all Google.
Let's. I say a little prayer for you.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Say a little prayer for you.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's probably my most.
How come that
Well
say a
known.
little prayer? I just hear female vocals.
Because it was it Dionne Warwick?
Could be.
And it was in my best friend's wedding.
Yeah, but even though it's Dionne Warwick, not Burt Bacharach that sings.
Well, he was
Do
a
they do
songwriter.
Is it a duet or just Dionne Warwick?
No, I don't know.
Anyway,
So that happened today.
Oh, he also did What Do You Get When You Fall in Love?
oh, the Wonder Years song.
I don't know. What do you get when you fall
Oh no,
in
that's
love?
Not that, that's not the one that I was
no, the
singing.
Wonder Years. That's like. Is that not Bob
What would
Seger?
you say if I
That's
sang
Bob
out of
Seger
tune?
or something?
Oh, what would you say if I sang?
I think
out of
that's
tune?
Seeger.
No, it's slower than that.
Oh, he also did
Would you stand up
Raindrops.
and walk out on me?
He also did Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head.
Lend me your ear and I'll sing.
You do that
a
way
tune.
better than I do, Andy.
It's scratchier vocals.
I'm trying to
Try not
purposely
to
sing
sing.
that.
I get by with little help from my friends.
Did anybody watch the Oscars?
No.
Not the Oscars,
The Oscars,
the Grammys.
No, I didn't. Because, okay, I used to love watching the Grammys, but then it just became a concert of people doing duets. And they're not actually singing, they're
Yeah.
just lip syncing.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I think that's actually why I watch them, is for the live performances, not even for the award part.
But they're not really live.
Well, have you seen this last one? They were pretty live.
They
It
were
was-
pretty live.
Yeah, they did like this whole hip hop throughout the
That-
years thing.
I did see clips of that.
Yeah.
That was cool. I guess I would rather watch the clips. See, gosh, I have gotten old now, and that is what I would rather do. Oh, my word.
Well, just watch the clips.
How sad is that?
Watch the little stories.
I would rather watch the stories than watch the actual
There
show.
was this really interesting one by a guy named Sam Smith, and this other girl. They won like best.
Oh, was it Unholy?
Yeah, it was all like satanic and weird.
It is, but it is like such a catchy tune, but it is such a bad, I mean,
I didn't think it was a good song at all.
oh, it's all over the place.
It was like the best. They won the award for best like collaboration.
That makes
working
sense.
with an artist, but like Sam Smith, arguably has a really great voice. That song does not feature his voice.
Mm-hmm. No, not at all, but it is all over the place.
I never heard it until I watched.
It's all
the-
over TikTok and
Joe Cocker is the.
Oh, it's
Wonder
Joe
Years.
Cocker.
Oh.
You were waiting all that time to say.
No, I was laughing because he said, arguably has a really great voice because it's like it wasn't arguable.
Well-
it can't be really great if it's arguable.
It can be. It might just be. That's the thing about music. It's an opinion.
Yeah.
It's like preference.
I don't know, but I feel like you have to acknowledge if someone can sing.
He's talented.
Yeah,
he
it
is
seems like it.
talented. Unholy. That's the name of the song.
It was I felt I was by myself.
And you felt
and
dirty?
I still
Hi,
felt
Buff.
awkward watching.
Yes.
It. Just because, yeah. And it's nothing
That mom?
against, because she got up there. She actually,
Oh, hi, Mom.
hi, Mom. Not my mom.
My mom.
Your mom.
It's usually my mom on here. Or
It
my
is.
sister.
My mom.
That's
She watches it like after the fact.
My mom's
Sometimes.
watching it live.
Buff, is that another nickname?
Yep, it is.
I feel like you didn't
Buff?
share
Buff,
us.
Buff.
You didn't share
I
that
guess I
nickname
used
before.
to call
Buffy?
I used to call myself that.
Oh.
You
I
wanna be
couldn't
a-
say Beth.
You want to be a
okay.
vampire slayer?
No, I don't want to be a
So
vampire
no,
slayer.
you didn't watch the which ones? Grammys?
No.
Okay.
Or the Golden Globes. I didn't watch the Golden Globes
I used
either.
to like the
Does it
Golden
feel
Globes
like
when
the
Ricky
Oscars
Gervais
are late this year?
No, because they're usually after the Super Bowl. And
Oh,
they're
okay.
Usually like in March,
For
the
some
beginning of
reason,
March.
I feel like I don't know. Whatever.
I used to know so much about the Oscars, and now I just don't.
I used to enjoy him. My mom always watched all the award shows, so it
I
was
just
like
love
we
movies
always
so
watched
much
them.
that I like watching them just because I see some of the people that are in
Yeah.
the movies that I watch.
So when we-
but it's so political.
It's so political now. And so when we lived in Germany, it was 95 through 98. We used to get up in the middle of the night to watch them live. My mom, my sister, and I. Otherwise, you would wake up in the morning and you would know what happened.
right. Because of all the social media.
Or the newspaper. It was the 90s. The very beginning.
Before the internet.
No, it was the beginning of the
Beginning,
internet.
Internet.
Al Gore had just invented it.
Yeah. Remember that. What happened to him?
Hi, maybe he's off inventing something else.
There was something.
I haven't heard of him forever.
His name popped up. I think it was. It was the Sager and Crystal.
Yeah?
I think Crystal brought
Really?
Al Gore up. Anyway, I did hear. Have you ever heard of those two?
Nope.
Crystal and Sager.
No, who are they?
They're a liberal.
Crystal Ball
Crystal Ball. Right. Literally.
and Sagar and Jetty, I think is
Yeah.
his name.
Who's
They're-
Crystal Ball?
Like they're journalists. They're
She used to be a
political
journalist on
commentators.
a pretty big news channel, but then her and this other dude, she's not super liberal, but she's liberal. He's conservative, and they do a podcast together.
Oh, that kind of sounds
It's-
interesting.
And it seems genuine. It's not like
It does.
You used to watch some of those shows. It was like the people
Just for
supposed to be
the
arguing, but it's
sake
like
of
it's so
arguing. No.
phony.
Yeah. They offer both sides
Yeah.
of the argument or both sides of the perspective, and they talk about it.
Oh.
And they
Well,
challenge
I
each
like that
other's
they're
views.
honest. Like they're honest about, like she'll be honest about what she doesn't like about something like a Democrat does, and he talks about Republican, like not liking this about the Republican Party or candidate or whatever. They're honest about it.
I was thinking
It
about
seems
going.
pretty
I don't know if they did one, but speaking of politics, well, first that Vice Pres is up in St. Cloud today.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
She's going to be up in St. Cloud today. You want to go?
um,
And then I know the answer to you? Did you watch the State of the Union address at all?
no, I did not.
Okay, so we're really into the politics.
No, I'm
Making-
so over. I married. So yeah, so I married
Did
into.
Ben watch it?
No,
Okay.
that's it. That tells you how much he is part of a political family, and
And also doesn't like parades.
no, Ben hates parades. If you would like to see somebody who
Yeah,
hates
I'm gonna ask
parades,
him to ride on our float this year.
See, there's a difference between like hating him and I just like.
Well, he
No.
told me like a
Ignore
couple
them.
years ago for the Rogers one. He's like, I grew up having to go to every
Oh, well,
parade.
that's
and
different.
having to walk.
walk and pass out
Yeah.
pamphlets and whatever.
His dad's he's a state senator now. He used to be a state representative. I used to think it was a big deal.
That's just funny. It's funny hearing Ben talk about parades. I
Yep.
don't like parades either, and I never had to like.
He really, really hates parades.
Yeah, I would too.
He does not like to be in them at all. But if you would like to hear him talk about how much he hates parades, ask him to walk in the parade.
Maybe we should just say like,
Hey, you don't
this-
need to walk. We can make him the feature of the
right.
float.
We're gonna
Yes.
get all
Of the-
overseers or something on the. We'll have to make.
Maybe it
but
should be a mandate.
Maybe we should. It's something super fun like, hey, here's our financial team for our church on our parade float. It'll be Ben, like Andy Rubel. I don't know who else is Terry and someone else.
They can just
Adam
be-
Yelly's
Adam,
on it.
Adam
They
Yelly.
could be-
Adam Yelly would
Oh,
They could
love
just
Adam
be
will love
throwing
it.
money onto
Adam
the
will be
crowd.
out there like singing and
Yeah,
waving
Adam Yelly would be
his hands.
great
Yeah.
on the float.
And you could hear him.
Rubel
Yeah.
would be
Everywhere.
making weird comments under his breath, and Ben would be miserable.
Ben would just-
That'd be funny. Not weird. I mean, funny. Andy Rubel makes funny comments.
But nobody could hear them unless we mic'd him.
Yeah,
Then we could watch the playback. That might be fun.
that would be fun.
Have you seen those? Like they have athletes. They've been doing it with a lot of college athletes, where they'll give them a mic, and they'll have the athlete like mic'd up
during the game.
during a game or during
I've
practice.
seen during professional.
Yeah. Oh,
not
I've only
college.
watched. I guess I've just been following like.
I've seen the college ones.
So
The college ones.
Sunday night football, ESPN or baseball, sorry, they will mic up one of the players
That's
and
fun.
talk to him during a couple innings, and then that player will nominate somebody from the next Sunday night's game.
Oh,
they say,
that's-
I
see,
want to hear
I think that's fun.
so and so talk, so they get to go next week.
I think that's fun. I think
Yeah.
that's a nice way to kind of make things feel a little more real.
Well, and you also get to know the players a little.
Yeah.
That's baseball's biggest like criticism is there's so many players. We don't really feel like we know these
Right.
players that much. Whereas football personalities are a little bit more, basketball personalities are a little bit more, and you kind of get a sense of who they are. But baseball players are just kind of dull and boring.
They
for the
are
most
dull
part.
and boring.
But it's the best game.
Part of it is
collectively.
just the way it's
Structured.
baseball, like as a organization or whatever. All the blackouts,
Why do you think that
restrictions,
is?
they're horrible. They don't have a streaming app for MLB, like for the network. Like I don't know.
Wait, say that again.
Like the MLB TV,
Right.
the network, like the channel. They don't have a streaming app for it.
You can watch it through the
You
MLB
c-
TV.
If you have a subscription, you could go through the MLB app.
Isn't that how it
but
always
then-
is? You got to subscribe to it.
No, and even then, it's not that easy to watch the MLB Network. You have to go to like that menu that says Other or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like ESPN has an app. Like on my Apple TV, there's ESPN. There's Fox Sports or whatever it is.
On the
today.
Apple TV, there used to be
Like-
the MLB TV app.
There's the MLB, yes, for like games if you have that. But I'm talking about the channel, the network.
I don't know anything about this.
Where they have a lot of these background shows about players and like all this stuff where you get to know the personalities and the players a little bit more, interviews and all that stuff.
All right, I guess.
It's not marketed well. And then when you couple that with like blackout dates, so how many people are streaming, but okay, you can't watch the Twins if you live here and you have the MLB app. That like
Why? What?
it's out
What
of
is a
market.
blackout date? Why can't you
Or
watch
blackout, not dates, like areas. So their app, like if you pay it's like $130 a year,
Mm-hmm.
you can watch any game all year long except for your home team, because they're trying to protect their contracts that they have with local cable
Oh.
channels, which those are all dissolving all the time too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or a lot of those channels aren't being carried on like different streaming platforms. Like YouTube just dropped Fox or Fox.
Bally's.
There's no contract there. Or
Well, it used to be Fox Sports for so long, and
Then
then,
they went
that
to
contract
Bally's.
ran up, and now they do Bally's Sports.
yeah.
And that'll probably be done in like
So that
7
stuff
years
happens
or
all the time. So like locally, a lot of people can't watch the Twins unless you're paying for cable on
Yeah.
top of streaming stuff.
something. The
So
only reason I had cable for like 8 years is because
Yeah.
I watched the Twins, and
Really?
I just
but
got
here's
sick of
what's
it.
weird. So I didn't realize this, but my cousin who drives cross country for work, he was saying that there's blackout zones in other parts of the country for certain teams. Like in parts of Florida, the Yankees are blacked out. And it's like there's a huge New York population in Florida, right? But there's areas on the East Coast
Interesting.
where you can't see the Yankees. There's areas where you can't get the Phillies and different. Yeah, he listed
But
it
that
out.
doesn't
I
make
was like,
sense, like with
It's
the
kinda
the
crazy.
local TV argument that like,
Yeah.
like people in Florida, they're not subscribing to TV
Right.
services
Right.
that they're able to get the
There's-
Yankees local channel.
There's things that just don't make sense.
Yeah. Anyway,
That doesn't make sense.
anybody know anything about that Chinese spy balloon?
I know that they shot it down.
Yeah. Is that it?
Finally.
Is that all you know?
I think it was the Houston Astros.
Houston.
Spy balloon.
I don't know anything about it. All I know
I
is
think it's pretty cool that they used a balloon.
yeah. I don't know anything.
I think it's
just
bizarre that it took a commercial airline pilot to see it for it to be, and then someone from the ground, like
Was it
a
in Colorado?
teenager or a young adult or something in Montana, with the
Oh,
high-powered lens to take a picture for it to be able to
Yeah.
film something. That's strange.
And then what did they shoot it down with?
They waited till it flew off through the whole country and then over the coast, like off South Carolina, I think. I think it was off
And
Myrtle
then they-
Beach somewhere.
It was something like
they
that.
shot it down with the F-22.
Machine gun or a
with
missile?
Missile that cost $5 million.
Did they need to shoot it with a missile?
Probably not. It's a balloon. I know. I was like, don't you have a tack or like
Well, and
just a sharp needle?
wasn't it like, I'm
Yeah.
sure it was already getting the data to the place it was supposed to be going to. So what was the
Probably.
point
I know.
Wouldn't
of
they wanna-
waiting it
wouldn't
that
they-
long?
Why would they want to shoot it down? Why wouldn't they want to just like harvest it, capture it?
I don't know.
The argument against shooting it down earlier was the debris would be dangerous. and
Over
yeah.
civilizations.
Yeah. So, which I mean, I get.
But why can't you just capture it with a big
Kinda.
net?
I feel like we've all grew up watching too many cartoons.
I think we.
A giant net.
just go up with a little needle. What we all do with balloons, you know.
I'm thinking Inspector Gadget. Like,
Yeah.
just go gadget
Yeah.
arm.
Did you see the video of it?
No.
Being shut down. I just happened across it like by accident yesterday. But
You need to put all of this stuff in the comments.
probably should.
You should.
Andy's doing it, I think.
No, he's just looking it up.
Video because my cousin, I shared a picture of it with the Houston Astros logo on it, and my cousin who's lives in Houston area just shared a video yesterday of Jordan Alvarez, a player for the Astros, hitting a huge homer, and then it went to the video of it getting shot down.
Oh.
So it's like he hit it. Like, it was just kind of funny.
Now we're watching it. I'll
You're
describe.
watching it.
I'll do the play-by-play.
Video shows moments.
Advertisement.
Advertising. Somebody got hit by a
I
car.
want to see someone.
And there's a broken.
I want to see someone like edit this
Thing.
to have that video of that balloon floating through the air, and then go to the video of Bill Clinton a couple years ago at the DNC, like just amazed by the balloons. Did you ever see that?
And then
Playing
the
with the
shot of his
balloons.
wife with the balloons
They're
that
like
drop from the ceiling.
balloons, and like the childhood, like he just looked like a child that was happy playing with balloons on his second birthday.
Okay. Now
Developing story. U.S. officials recover effort of Chinese spy balloon underway.
Just
it just like
there you go.
imploded,
You just watched
and it just is gone.
$5 million rocket.
And it just did they recover it afterwards?
Now they're searching the Atlantic Ocean.
So, but if they
Something I don't know.
wouldn't they
what
have
any of
had
this-
like a
I'm just
plan
making things
after
up.
they shot it to find it right away?
Well, they should have consulted Elon Musk.
He seems to
on
know
how
what to
make-
do.
How to make rockets land.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's fishy.
Riveting content we have here.
I'm
Right.
sorry, guys. This is not exciting at
So boneless wings, really?
my
That's the
fault.
number one
I
pick
mean, I
in the
was-
draft? Wow, controversy.
controversy. I can tell you one thing. So I have friends who know
Good.
people in the I have friends, guys.
Hey.
Anyways, I have friends in the private data industry who are adamant about getting off of TikTok.
Yeah.
Like,
Duh. Like
I've heard about
You know
that
who said
for a
that
few
first?
years. Joe Rogan?
Trump.
Oh, Trump.
It wasn't cool when Trump said it.
I believe these people though more than I believe.
Okay.
But
but
just-
people have been saying that forever.
I know they've been
right?
saying
for the last
it.
3 years or whatever.
But
forever is.
I
with
have
TikTok.
it's hard for me like as a
Yeah.
it's part of my
TikTok?
job.
So you do TikTok?
I have TikTok. I am on TikTok. I don't do a lot of stuff. I don't do stuff on it.
Is this under one of your social media
It's under me.
Identities? Or it's under you?
Yeah, it's under my brand.
me
Before mom
Okay.
or Bert M. Anderson.
Okay.
And I just got back on it again because you can actually find out a ton of information.
About
Just so like I'm trying to figure out right now like how much money I could make doing X, Y, and Z because there are a lot of content creators who will to get views, tell you pretty much anything you want to know just because they want to get views. So you can find out a ton of information,
Yeah.
because
I heard they
are
actually
people
pay well, right? TikTok.
They do pay well. The problem that TikTok has, though, is that they pay well. However, everybody, like content creators, are on there getting paid by TikTok, but then they're also sending people over to Amazon, which is where, like, because people are recommending products, and then Amazon is really the one who's making all the money.
Oh yeah, like what do you call it?
Affiliate.
Yeah,
or
affiliate
just,
marketing and stuff.
because TikTok doesn't have a way to monetize the products that are being sold on TikTok.
Like YouTube does.
Yep.
So what would be your arguments? Like, say you're talking to some parents out there and the kids have TikTok. What would be your argument to encouraging their kids to get off of TikTok?
Well, I would say it is alarming how advanced the AI is for the algorithm on TikTok. And
Explain what that would do.
so the way the algorithm works on TikTok is if you watch any tiny 1 second, 3 seconds worth of a video, it takes anything that's part of that video and will assume that you like it. So, for example, I went through a period
Any part of the video, like
that has to do with the hashtags. So, for
That's-
example,
okay, but that's crazy,
it
yeah.
is crazy. So I like musical theater stuff. I was watching some Broadway shows. All of a sudden, after that, I started getting a ton of LGBTQ plus content in my
Because it
feed
was
because there were some
connected to the
because it
that
was
show or whatever.
Yep, because it was connected to
Wow,
the
that's
shows that
interesting.
I
That's
was
like a-
watching, and I couldn't figure out why. I was like, I don't understand why I'm seeing all of this, content. And then I figured out, well, that's why. The other thing that's come out recently in Forbes, actually, because there are some TikTok employees who have left, and this, I mean, we all know that obviously if you work for one of these social media platforms, you probably have a way of gaming the system and boosting your own accounts. The problem is that TikTok makes it sound like as an everyman, you can kind of make it big on the platform. That's not necessarily the case.
Yeah.
They have, I forget what it's called. I posted it on my own Facebook page, but there's a whole article on Forbes where TikTok has an outline of how they work with specific content creators to boost their content over others' content. And then employees would also then boost their friends' content and their own content over other people's content.
Interesting. So employee, like it's like a good old boy network.
Nepotism.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like, hey, I work at TikTok, and he's my friend. I'm just gonna boost him in the algorithm.
Yeah,
for
I'm just gonna help him out a little bit.
Yeah.
But the problem with it is that you have kids who are very impressionable and they don't have the ability to think through
Right.
processes, and they don't have the ability to. They just think that everything that they see is real,
Right. Yeah.
and that if you put it out and it looks shiny and pretty and it looks professional, it's the truth. And it's not the truth, and there's always something in it for the platform. And I tell my kids this all the time, like if you are not paying to be on Facebook, TikTok, something like that, if you're not paying to be on that platform, you have to you are the product. Like
Your soul
You
is
are
the payment.
yeah, you are
Yeah.
yeah, you're the payment
Yeah.
for the product, and it's the advertisers. It's all about the advertisers and the end game. I mean, these are businesses. They have to make money.
The argument used to be from people that you once they get to know that, or if you share that with them, would be like, well, great. They're just learning how to market toward me better, and that's fine. Then I don't have to see all this stuff I don't care about.
That's
Which might be the argument for, say, like signing up for the red card at Target. But and why Target's willing to say, we'll give you 5% off your total bill if you use our stuff. So we know everything that you're buying all the time, and then we can market that to you. Okay, maybe you could take that approach for something like that, but yeah, just social
I remember
entertainment and all that stuff. All of a sudden, everything that you are and care about is becoming just this thing that lives out in the internet somewhere. Like they're making this like internet version of you.
Yeah.
To like, okay, this is what this person likes. This is who they are.
it's okay. So have you?
And we're going to sell all this info to people who want
and
it.
it's anywhere. So Black Friday, one of the companies that I do social media for, we ran a ton of ads on Black Friday. And Facebook gave me this option to allow Facebook to create the person basically that they would like market to, like our target person based on their interests or whatever. So I said, sure, we will do this. The ad was like, we reached like 30,000 people. It was an obscene amount. And it was just in the Rogers area and in the Elk River area. But the fascinating thing is that the interests for those people were in Elk River. It was hunting, hockey. What else?
Lifted trucks.
No, seriously, stuff like that. And in Rogers,
giant American flags. In the
stuff
back of
like
your
that.
truck.
Yes, and in
Yeah.
Rogers, it was home mortgage,
Yeah.
investment banking, romance novels. Like it was stuff like that. And so it was really
Murder podcasts.
kind of. So it was really
Pumpkin spice.
It was really weird. And I happened to be at my parents' house, and my mom was like, "Hey, can you look at my Facebook profile? Because I keep seeing all ads. Like that's all I'm seeing are ads." And so I was like, "Oh, I'll poke around and look at your ads." So I went in, and there's a setting in your profile where you can look and you can see like what pages you have been like an example like audience for.
Like who they're shopping you out to.
Yes.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. So one of them,
I kind of want to go look at
you
that.
should. It's it's fascinating and a little creepy. It's great for marketers.
Yeah.
I was saying to my boss, I was like, "This is amazing. This is an awesome tool
Sure,
for us
it's-
because we
yeah.
paid per click. I think our
Where do I see that?
it's on your Facebook page. Are you there?
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to go to your privacy settings. I have to.
You were
kind of-
looking live at
Ads.
Andy and Greg figuring
No,
out
not-
who Facebook thinks
Ad
that they
center?
are.
No, it'll be on your actual. So it's nothing going to be professional. It's going to be on your actual Andy
Yeah,
person.
this is my
Andy privacy settings.
settings and privacy, privacy center.
Yep.
Wait, where's my setting? There.
Let's see. I'll find this and I'll show you guys. I have to I can never remember.
I'm curious what mine says because I hardly use it.
Where are we at? Personal
Ads.
info?
So personal info, you'll go to privacy settings, and then you click on ads.
Wait. I think I went somewhere.
Oh, see, it's easier to do on desktop. I will
Yeah.
say this is way easier to do on desktop.
I'm on the Northridge one here.
So
I don't
how
wanna
businesses
click out,
use,
but-
they'll go through, here's how businesses use our ads. You also will see, like, anytime you use Facebook to log into another system or a game or anything like that, you essentially are giving Facebook and that platform that you're using.
So where do I go to see what you were talking about with your mom?
Review ad preferences.
So one of the things, I got
These advertisers you've seen most recently.
Cal Spas of Plymouth and Woodbury?
Yeah, you've seen them recently. Ad topics.
well, that just
Well,
means it came up in your feed at some
Right.
point. So
it's not like I
they-
clicked on them.
So
No, but
here,
they may
but
be
listen
marketed
to
toward-
this. So here's Andy's ad topics. Ad topics based on your activity on Meta technologies. We associate you with topics based on your activity on Meta technologies, like clicking on an ad or liking a page.
Android TV? What does that mean?
That means that you have liked at some point in time.
I have
At some point in time in all of
Are you
history
a secret Android guy?
of
No, I'm not.
liking, of being on Facebook.
You know why?
I would have
we
never.
have-
I've always been an Apple guy.
No, but there's a couple TVs
Any of this
here
Fleetwood
in
Mac?
the building. There's
Anything.
a couple TVs in the building that are Android based, and
Like I
probably
get the
are listening.
beauty and personal care,
Yeah.
looking up clothing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never liked, like I hardly do anything on Facebook. I
Like,
wish
there's-
people happy birthday. I laugh at some of Greg's things that he posts, and that's about it.
Thanks.
So here's the interesting thing. So I clicked on ad settings on Andy's, and it says audience-based advertising. Advertisers using your activity and information
Live
to
ramp.
to create certain audiences. So this is what
What's live ramp?
I don't know. It is
Who's Dan Murphy?
somebody who is using you as an example to create an audience to show ads to. So what they do is they basically think of it as a doppelganger. They are creating a person.
Okay,
And-
well, some of these are actually,
Fine. So my mom, one of them was Esquire, that she was their sample audience.
The magazine.
Yeah, because I'm sure at some point in time she probably clicked on some news article and they decided, hey, we're going to use her
Yeah.
as a sample audience, which could be farther from the truth because she's a senior citizen woman.
These are all
That's
fairly
crazy.
boring things. Like,
They
I'm
are.
not too worried about these.
But you
things.
can, if you click on one of those things, you can go in there and say, I don't want to be part of this.
Sure. Like, I don't even know what live ramp is.
Mm-hmm.
Data connectivity platform championing ecosystem rooted in trust.
And then
So-
it tells you, it says, why are you included in this advertiser's audience? They've uploaded or used a list to reach you at some point in time.
Okay. So it's not like I never sought this group out.
No,
No,
but
it could be that they've put a paid, like a sponsored ad or something, targeted ad in the area or toward a demographic that you fit. And
Interesting.
and even scrolling, it showed
Ads
up in your
shown
feed.
outside of Meta.
yes, the ads shown outside of Meta, that's like when you are like, if you use a game, if you are on like Pop Town, Disney's Pop Town, I like to play that game.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a mobile game. But like they have, you can get more points and coins to buy certain things. And so whenever I watch those ads, that is an outside of Meta experience that
Outside Meta experiences feels like something we wouldn't have said a few years ago.
we wouldn't have because it wasn't there.
But so did you see, I don't know, months ago, a year ago or something where kind of famously Joe Rogan read through some of the terms and conditions of TikTok?
Yes.
Did you see that video when he was with someone in studio? And
Yeah, and it was
I know,
creepy,
folks,
but it
if
was
you don't
very
like-
true.
If you want to go find that, you can. Rogan, just fair warning, if you don't never listened to Joe Rogan, he has a potty mouth.
He does.
And can get quite graphic at times, so, and his guests also. So just with caution.
Mm-hmm.
But he does read through, if you're a parent and you have a teenager, someone that's, or even a preteen, that's really telling you they want to be on TikTok, and just go listen to that because he reads through a section of it, and it's kind of alarming.
It
man.
is,
It's like
yeah.
they, by clicking the terms and conditions, which we probably all give up tons of rights we don't know we're giving up on all kinds of things when we check the box that we don't read.
I mean, they purposely make it so long and boring.
and you need to be a lawyer and all that stuff.
Right.
But in the TikTok one, some of the things were like, by clicking that, you're now giving them permission to like record keystrokes and also to access things off of other devices in your network, not even devices that you're on TikTok with. I mean, it's really intrusive. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's
Which is why, like, the government has, I think they went back on the military thing, but they're now again where military, or maybe it's just government employees
I'm
aren't
really surprised
supposed to
that-
have it on their phones.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they allow it on their phones.
I don't know if they are with military or not. I'm not sure, but I know at first that was like,
Yeah.
no, you can't have. It's basically Chinese spyware.
It really is. I mean,
well,
and
and you know what's crazy about the Chinese thing? In China, it's a totally different experience.
it's a completely, it's all educational.
educational.
Yeah.
They also
Very-
shut it down at a certain time of
I
night.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's not dumb dance things. I sent Andy a video someone sent me yesterday of like this girl in Costco.
Oh.
They had like set up. Was it on a tripod? Even
Was
and
it
she's, like, doing
influencers? Was it
yeah, like her
influencers in the
TikTok-
wild?
TikTok dance and like people
People
shopping
are
in the
walking
background.
by and she's
I
I was
doing
like,
love
these people
all
are
like
way
this.
too nice, man.
The
I would be in front of
Instagram
it.
account
Oh.
Influencers in the Wild is a
In
gem.
the
Really?
wild. I love
Yes, it's called.
It's hilarious when you see 'em.
Amazing.
I'll sit and watch and like, no, what's going through this person's mind that they think they have to do this
You have to
dance right now?
follow Influencers in the Wild. It's a private account. You have to request to join, or to because they don't want.
Am I
because
giving them permission to?
no,
be
it's
my-
just a private account. They don't want the influencers to.
We should do like
Know them.
a channel that does try to find influencers in the wild, like a safari hunt.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And talk like in this goofy accent. Here we are.
Yes, like Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
I love influencers in the wild, and I so often want to send it to other people, but you can't even send their like stuff to. You can't share it with other people. They have it like locked down. But this is a conversation like that I go back and forth with my son all the time because he wants a smartphone badly.
He doesn't have one?
He has.
What does he text us on?
It's
Because he has a text machine. He
Yeah.
it
texts
is
us a lot.
it is a Gab wireless phone that looks like a
Oh.
smartphone,
So I was
but
wondering
has
with the Gab thing. I saw those.
yes, it is. It's ingenious. I love it. Because I know too much about social media and I will not. This is the hill I'm going to die on, and I won't. I'm not every single
Yes.
time. Yeah, are you looking
Here
at
it is.
this?
It's that one. Yes, that.
Oh,
Girl.
that's the actual. Does that have music on it?
I don't know. I
Because the
didn't wanna
version you
turn it
sent
up
me
in
was
case
like
it gets-
from a security cam, like point of view.
Yes.
Or no, was that the
No,
one
it was
you
that
sent
one.
me? Okay.
It was someone else.
I don't think that one has music
Yeah,
on it.
they're showing.
Yeah, I don't want to turn it up because if there is music, I don't want
It's not good
Facebook to boot us. But
Yeah.
Anyways, but
I said I would be. in
You've
front
never
of
had
that
this
kid.
conversation with your son of like, don't be a hypocrite, mom. You got to let me do this stuff.
no, because he
this
knows
is your world.
he knows that this is part of my job.
I know.
And the difference though is I have a fully developed brain and he does not.
Is that what you tell him?
Yes, his brain is not fully developed until the age of 25.
So he has got to wait till
Not necessarily, but
when?
the more he
As
nags,
long as he-
the
is
more
this-
he nags me about it, the worse it's going to be. The point is I don't know. He's in 8th grade right now, so no, I don't think I need to give him.
See, to me, I don't think he seems like he'd be interested in like the social media stuff.
As of right now, he won't.
As of right now, I think he'd be more interested in having it as a information center for all of his sports stuff.
As of right now.
Yeah,
Are you trying to talk her into giving her
No,
son
no.
a smartphone?
I'm just saying.
As of right now.
I feel like I know him pretty well.
I do too, but it's that I don't trust other.
Sure.
That's the thing. It's not that I don't trust Brennan. I do trust Brennan. I don't trust other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a big mistake.
What is?
I'm just joking.
To not trust other
I
people.
trust. No, I trust.
I'm not a parent, so I'm not going to comment about.
It's hard. It's a really hard thing to navigate around, and I've made it really clear to my kids from the very beginning that for me it's a job, and so I show them the insights and how things work and how I make money, and like with YouTube, like a lot of YouTubers, I feel like kids, what they see on YouTube, they're like, oh, these families are so great and look at how awesome the parents are and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but you have to understand that the whole goal of YouTube is to get views. And the way you get views is by
Views more than followers?
you have to have a certain number of followers. I think it's 1,000 subscribers or maybe more now. Certain number of hours watched to qualify for YouTube's ad platform so that you can make money. And then once you qualify for that, then it's all about getting views on and hours watched so that people watch your content, and that's when you make money.
Okay.
So, and then, that game is, can you get people to watch your video and stay there for a long time? And so you just have to up the ante every time. And that's why people do ridiculous things, because they need to hold an audience.
But I noticed some like
Attention span.
so like the ones geared toward kids, especially, or I guess the content that my kids watch I tell my kids, I'm like, look at it. It's all driven by the parents. Like you'll see the parents in the background. Sometimes the parents are trying to make themselves the star, and a lot of the parents are film background. I've Googled a lot of them, like who is this person? They have a TV or film background or advertising background. It's like they're smart. They know how to shoot video. They know what they're doing. It's not like they're just. Our kids think like, oh, they just grabbed their iPhone and started making funny videos. It's like, no, that's not what it is. These are usually people that are pretty good at what they're doing. And then, but on top of that too, the one thing I started to notice is like how creepy some of the parents are. Like there's, especially some of the dads of some of the young kid videos. And what the dads, there's one in particular I'm thinking of that it's just over the top, like what he's asking his daughter to do or the subject matter which they're talking, and it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if these kids were 15, 16, it would be okay, but they're 10 or 12 and it feels weird. It's just it's strange, but that's one example. The biggest thing I noticed though is like they're professional people. It's like they have a background in film, in TV, in marketing, or like they know what they're doing, right? It's not like they're just, oh, this, my kid's funny, or it's not even the kids. Like the channel might have the kid's name, but it's not the kid. It's the modern version of like child star. TV star. It's like the Olsen twins, like, and then they're marketed and they're, now being endorsed by toy companies and all this stuff.
And there are some kids who, like Evan Reviews or whatever.
Yeah.
He started out before there was really any market for it. So I think he is legit.
Yeah.
And he kind of fell into it.
No, I'm sure there are some.
But then now I think the farther away you get from the beginning of something, you just have copycat, and then it just, I don't know, it gets more twisted.
Well, even like, so Mr. Beast, who I actually like, he's really entertaining, he's funny. But if you hear him, he talked about how he and 3 friends for a year just would make videos, and then they would study the analytics, and they would study like when people would drop out, when more people would stay engaged. They studied like what kind of thumbnails would get boosted in the algorithm in YouTube. And for like a year before they really started, okay, now we're gonna, and they would talk all day long on FaceTime, like all 4 of them, basically have like a day-long meeting about videos and about, I mean, the amount of research and effort that they put into it, it's extreme. And it wasn't, and he's a pretty sharp guy if you hear him. I mean, he comes off as like a fun-loving kind of goofball,
but he's got to be
really sharp,
really smart.
Actually, really seems like really cool too, like really philanthropic. And Evan and Ash were watching one the other day of him like helping, like restoring eyesight with people. It's like he makes so much money on his videos, and he puts it into like cool stuff, either other videos or like,
everything goes
or
back
giving
into
it
his
away.
company. Like he doesn't take
like giving
paychecks.
away tons of money but also like he's doing all this. I forgot exactly what it was. It was like either some sort of procedure or glasses or so. Obviously, I wasn't watching too thoroughly here, but it was in the background. But like helping people get sight back is like kind of cool, but a lot of the stuff is just.
But he also makes a video out of it to put up on.
Because it's his
He
job.
made millions of dollars on it.
I mean, they do that thing every year for Thanksgiving where they give away like, 1,500 turkeys or whatever it was. I don't remember how many. Probably more.
And we're
than
talking
that.
about the like biggest tubers out there, like you know. But even the mid-range ones that are super popular, guys that start out with like gaming or doing Roblox videos or Minecraft videos, but even then, it's kind of like this is like a 30-year-old dude doing Minecraft videos, so my 10-year-old could watch it, and it's just kind of weird. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the smartphone conversation is a point of contention in the Anderson household, if you can't tell.
You know who don't
I can't
let
really
their
tell.
kids have smartphones or go to schools with that have Chromebooks and iPads
Neanderthals?
as part of the
Homeschool
curriculum.
people?
Tech people.
Tech people?
That is so the social.
All the big time tech
They
people,
don't.
They
It's
don't.
true.
They send their kids to private schools that are like technology free, or I mean, they might have like computers for like.
Things that make you go, huh?
They don't let
The-
them have iPads. They don't let them have smartphones.
Oh, what was that?
Even in
Oh,
that
the social
documentary.
yeah.
You
Social
talked about it
dilemma.
in
The
there.
social dilemma. The guys that are on there do not let their kids
Yeah.
on social media either.
Right.
So Gab Wireless, though, back to this phone.
Yeah.
So
This podcast sponsored by
Gab Wireless.
and
Brick and
boneless
bourbon.
chicken wings.
Yes. But Gab Wireless.
The wings have to have bones though. That's what's weird. Or they don't
No,
work.
they do not have to have
How do they
bones.
fly?
And they're just called chicken tenders.
They're flaps, chicken flaps.
Chicken
It's
flaps.
the flappy part of the chicken.
Yeah. Okay.
It's for those of us who don't want to
Sorry,
get
Gab
messy.
Wireless.
Gab
Gab,
Wireless it looks like a smartphone, but they have like disabled like the internet
Yeah.
accessibility of the phone.
Yeah. Jordan and I were looking at those before Christmas.
They are more expensive than, and that's the thing that is
for less things. That's what's
yes,
weird.
and that's what's like super frustrating
Yeah.
is that because before we got Brennan a phone, I spent months doing research and figuring out what type of phone to get him because there are no pay phones. Like you have to have a phone in today's world. There are no more pay phones. They are gone. Like, and you need to have a phone.
So it can make calls.
It can make calls.
It can send text.
It can send text messages.
and take photos.
It can take photos. There's a Bible app on it now. Like
Okay.
there are
Play
other
music?
Yep, it can play music.
Okay.
So it just does not have access to the internet
Okay.
and social media.
So I mean, if you're buying one out of pocket, they have them. I'm just on their website. $139.99, $140, $105 for a different version here, a smaller one.
It's a separate plan than like what.
Yeah. So that you have to pay
I like that one. Son likes it.
out of pocket for the phone, and then they have their own.
They have their
plan,
own-
So you can't put it through your.
You
like,
can't put it through like T-Mobile or
Okay.
that, and that part drove
Yeah.
Ben crazy. But it's like you either go with this route or you do some type of a parental app that keeps track
yeah.
of what your kid is doing on their phone, and then you're paying extra anyway.
Which is also hard because
There's ways
there's
around
ways
that.
around it.
But I've told Brennan, because there are videos on how you can disable this.
Mm-hmm.
I also know how to disable this thing, and I will figure out that he's done it, and it will not be a
Yeah.
pleasant thing.
Well, and it's hard. Like
It's-
so,
But
I'm an iPhone
Gab
guy.
is on top of it, and it's like if you try to disable, like take it apart from the inside,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can get internet, the phone basically like completely breaks. Like
I'm surprised that there's not like on an iPhone. Like if you buy an iPhone or like a
yeah,
Galaxy,
you would think.
that you could set it up so it doesn't have access to those.
Well, that's what I was
things.
going to say. I mean, I love iPhone.
You could, but that's not how
Apple's-
that's
Apple's
not how.
notoriously like.
Yeah, it's not how it
individual
works.
Privacy.
I
is
know,
our
but if
thing.
I were Apple, I would want to develop something that allowed parents to be able to do that just to get the product in their hands.
I
I
think
would,
'Cause it
but
would
you
sell
would
more
I
of
think
their
Apple's
product.
more than happy with knowing that what most parents are just going to buy them an iPhone.
Right.
because kids are persistent and the argument gets really wearing. And I was telling Ben this like this weekend, and I was talking to my dad about this. Every once in a while I want to give in, but there is like something inside of me. I think it's the Holy
competitive nature. Oh, Holy
and
Spirit.
the Holy
Okay.
Spirit that says no.
Yeah.
Because
Why do you have feelings of wanting to give in? Just because you're sick of
just
arguing
because I'm
about
so
it?
sick of
Yeah,
it.
it's tiring, man.
I'm so,
Kids,
and
they wear you down.
there's a little part of me that's like, oh, maybe he's a good kid. He's not that bad. But there's a part of me that's like, no,
Yeah.
don't do that. You know better. Like, you know better, Bert. And I do. I know better.
It's a hard one. I think unless this like things like Gab Wireless took enough of the market share away from Apple or Samsung or whatever, that then they're happy with knowing parents are just because the vast majority of parents are just we got a new iPhone and now the kids get the other
the
one
old
or
one.
whatever.
Because all you have to do is add,
Yeah.
it's a $15 to add your kid onto
it's
your
so
plan.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I usually, because I have friends who ask me like, well, what do you recommend? And my number one recommendation is like, you need to get onto all of the social media platforms that your kids are on, and you need to understand them inside and out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good advice.
There's also a very good Facebook group called Parenting in a Technology World, in a Tech World, I think it's called.
Greg's going to go.
Yeah,
join it
he's
right
gonna
now.
go.
I'll put a link.
Yep, it's a really good Facebook group. So I learned a lot about Gab Wireless from them, as well as other.
Hey, happy birthday to Slip, one of my favorite albums of all time by a band called Quicksand.
Ooh,
30th.
I don't know who that
There you
is.
go. If you want some early 90s New York style punk kind of.
I like punk.
All right. It's more like rock punk stuff.
I don't think that
run to
social
this
media
album.
is
I like
bad,
running to
obviously.
This one, Parenting in a Tech
Yes,
World?
that's it. Parenting in
sorry,
a
I
Tech
got
World.
distracted by something bright and shiny.
I don't think that social media is bad. I think
No.
it has, it does a world of good. It can do a world of good. I just think that
Look at it from your personal page, Greg, because they don't let.
Weird, so I opened another tab and I'm on my personal one. So
yeah, I just think that it wasn't made for kids. Social media wasn't made with kids in mind. And I don't think that we have.
Really? You don't think it was specifically made to take advantage of the naivety
No,
of young?
no, and we don't know. We don't fully know the full ramifications of like having
LinkedIn.
kids like on social media.
How long of a sample size do you think? Like, how long into the future till we really start seeing some of those even more negative ramifications of kids in social media?
I think by the time Brennan is
20
in his mid
20
20s,
years
yeah, I think
down
so.
the road?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think then we'll probably know. But I mean, if you think about it, like imposter syndrome, like I'm a grown woman, and I remember when, like, now I don't see a lot of stuff on social media because I use it for like my business and managing clients, and so I don't see a lot of personal stuff. But I remember when I was younger, I would compare my life to like others all the time, and it made me feel so bad, But that's because you're only showing your highlight reels. Nobody's going to show the bad stuff about their lives.
Where were you going to compare yourself to other people, though? Like,
Just on Facebook, on their
okay.
Facebook feed.
Oh, like early days of Facebook.
Yeah, just like, oh, look at this person hung out with that person, and why wasn't I invited? Like,
You know what's crazy is seeing people that that are so clearly using like someone else with a really nice camera to take pictures of them doing something. Like, I know someone that will do that.
95% of Instagram
Right.
is
Instagram
yes.
is all so phony.
It's very fake.
That's the hardest thing for me on Instagram. Like, I never really got into Instagram as much because early on it seems so narcissistic. It's like, oh, I don't want to converse with you. I just want to show you a picture of me.
I thought it was all just about food.
Yeah. Well,
now it's food
it's
and
morphed. Now it's reels. They're
People-
trying to
So-
compete with
reels. They're trying
TikTok.
to be TikTok.
One of the singers from this weekend, she's a college student, and she has this one social media app that
Be real.
is that where it takes a picture of the front
Yes.
and then the picture
Yeah.
of the back.
Yep.
So it takes a picture of you and then what your context
Yep.
is, and doesn't let you edit anything.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. It's called
What do
Be
you think
Real.
about that one?
Um,
I mean, just in terms of comparing social media platforms, and
I think it's an interesting concept, and I have it because I
it
wanted.
bothers me because she's always like, "Hey, Andy," and trying to get me on the
Yeah.
other side. I'm like, I don't like
Gets you,
being
like, in mid-
I don't like
like-
being in your reels. In
It's
your
an
posts.
interesting. I think it's an interesting concept, but I feel like I don't quite. I don't know. I guess there's a part of me that's like, why can't we just be authentic to be authentic? Like, why can't we just decide, like, as a group of people to just be real? Like, if you look at my Instagram feed, like, it's pretty authentic.
Well, because here, I think the problem is like what you were saying is our young people are growing up adept and learning in this certain environment, and they're learning how to not be real.
Right.
And so they don't actually know how to really be real. And so I think an app like Be Real,
Forces them to.
it's not just forces them, actually teaches them
True.
because they don't know.
Right.
They don't actually know what the most authentic thing to do is because they're always practicing the manicured
Yes.
thing.
I think maybe the
Maybe.
best way to get around that is delaying it as long as you can, as far as like allowing your kids on to participate on social media, as far as like them having their own page or whatever. It's hard to avoid from a young age of them, watching YouTube or even seeing TikTok or Instagram Reels, because those are cross-platform now. Like, the videos someone does TikTok videos, now they're showing up on their Reels page too, whatever. To teach them how to have real interpersonal relationships before they get to that stage in young teenage years where they're on social media. So it's a hard enough age, and there's a lot going on, and yeah, it's a hard thing to navigate. Like, our parents didn't have to navigate this with us.
No.
It was like, oh, so-and-so's being mean, just stop hanging out with them.
I know.
They're not.
But now there's no
like-
off switch.
Right.
Like they
They
don't
could
get
text
to
you,
say
yeah.
goodbye. I think I read an article and somebody was talking about how hard it was. Like her daughter was being bullied at school, and the big thing that was different from when she was a kid was that like she would leave school and it would end, and her daughter left school and it would not end.
And it maybe gets even worse.
It gets worse,
'Cause
yeah.
then it's like now more people are involved and watching and participating. And yeah.
And there's no off switch.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And people are just ruthless when they're hiding behind a screen. And I've told my kids that, and I guess that's another reason why I'm trying to avoid it, because people just are so mean.
Adults
Adults are
people
mean.
who did not grow up with it are mean.
Yeah.
Behind a keyboard, you're a lot more bold and brazen than face to face, or just mean. The other thing is, one thing that I have grown to love is we have Xfinity internet at home, and I mean, I know different providers are different, but I have an app that I could go on and shut off a device at any time.
Yes.
And
I've
like-
heard of this.
And this is more
Shut off a device
Yeah.
or disconnected from the internet.
disconnect a device from the internet.
Okay,
So the
yeah.
problem in our household is not social media yet. It's more like gaming and not being able to stop, because games are developed. Child psychologists are consulted and employed by video game companies to keep kids addicted, which is why there's no ending. This is what drives me nuts. Games that the kids play now is, this, you're a gamer. Like, there's no ending point. It's like Minecraft, my kids don't really play Minecraft anymore, but Minecraft, then they got into Fortnite. Now it's into Overwatch, which is kind of Fortnite-ish.
I don't
same
even know
thing.
what that is.
They're just, they're just dumb games, whatever. The point is, there's not like levels. It's not
Okay.
like Super Mario Brothers, like you get certain levels, or you have a certain amount of lives and you're dead. It's like, it's ongoing. There's no end point so mom, dad say, okay, you got 20 minutes. 20 minutes is up. Hey, wrap it up. Okay, just a minute. And it just keeps going and going and going. And it's hard to get kids off on one level, I get it. It's addicting. It's like sensory overload. It's
You
right
almost
there.
have to say 2 matches
So I got an
and
app.
then you're done.
I got an app. Okay, I'm going to shut off internet in 5 seconds. If you have to save anything, you better save it.
Yep.
Okay, like scramble, click, off, done.
There's no saving
Or
really either.
I just go and plug the router. That's a little more dramatic. It's like slamming down the old rotary phone instead of just hitting hang up. Yeah, I can go all right next to him and unplug the router.
And we're done.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's hard because kids are on screens at school.
Yep.
My kid has his own Chromebook in 5th grade that he's assigned to.
But you can turn that off with Go Guardian.
Yeah, you can. I know.
We do.
There's ways around it. But it's hard because it's like now school's taking their screen time. And as a parent, if you want to limit screen time,
Yes.
then they come home and it's like, can I play a game? It's like, oh, man. Like, I want them to have fun too.
Well, see, we're just like super, I guess we're just like, we have locks on all of our TVs. So like if to change the input to play a game, they have to
Yes.
ask us.
I have passwords on
Yeah.
Apple TV. You put a password on content above a certain age.
Yes,
So like
yes.
12. So any app that they go on, YouTube is automatically covered by that. Otherwise, YouTube's another one. It just keeps going and going
It
and going.
does.
So they have to ask for a password to get on YouTube.
We don't
good.
have YouTube on anything except for our desktop computer.
Yeah.
the internet. The kid who is notorious for figuring out pins and passcodes is Kira.
Yep. It's the young one. Yep. The youngest. They're savvy, man.
Constantly having to change my pin because
She just figures it out.
Oh, she
You know,
just
it's-
watches.
Yep.
Sneakily.
That's what's funny. Riley does the same thing.
You should get one
And
of
it doesn't have to
these.
be, no,
Can you see?
it doesn't have to be the first time, but she'll be behind you at some point.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, it's the privacy
I have
screen.
that.
You can get them on your laptop too.
At some point, Riley's the same. And I think it's that
It's youngest,
It's
the baby.
The youngest. She'll look at just one digit. And then she's okay waiting another year to see
And then
what
they
the next one
remember.
is.
Playing the long game.
They'll
They
remember.
do.
They are.
Yes.
And then I'll
That's
hear her.
hilarious.
She'll tell her brothers.
And Kira's like
Or she'll
really.
just say it out
That's
loud.
four.
I know what the password is. Like she's so proud she figured it out.
That's hilarious.
See,
Yeah.
but Kira won't tell us. She'll just all of a sudden be on
How
it.
are you on YouTube? I don't know.
Oh, what a little sneaky guy.
She is so sneaky. She's gonna be the end of me.
I
could see
think
that.
it's a
Yes.
baby. It's the youngest thing.
But she looks so innocent.
She does. She's so sweet. Seemingly. She's sweet to me.
She is very sweet to you.
Yeah. She wants to adopt me in your family.
I know she does.
I think the
Like,
ki-
you know
I
I'm
think kids
older
are
than your
always-
parents?
Like kids are always better for other people than
They
they
are.
for
But that's
at
how you
home,
want
so.
them to be, because then that means they feel like
Right.
that's what my mom says at least.
They're comfortable with you, so they could be a jerk, they could be mean, they
Yeah.
could argue, whatever. But they're nice in public.
They're good for everyone else.
Yeah.
So, speaking of just the whole technology, do you think that just in general, artificial intelligence is going to have an effect
Yes.
Yeah.
on our future as Christians?
I think so. I don't see how it can't.
In what ways do you think it's going to be most impactful? What?
I just had one of those funny, like a dumb joke in my brain, and I couldn't hold my laugh in.
I think it's going to be tempting to not use it for our gain. You know what I mean? Because you can already use artificial intelligence,
But why wouldn't you if it's not like a ethical or moral
but
issue?
but I think at some point it will be an ethical or moral.
Yeah, that's where like you meaning like
what-
unethically
Yeah.
use it.
What kind of scenario do you think that would be?
Well, like there are
As a
like,
Christian, having to deal with that, maybe.
I think as a Christian, I think at some point in time we'll have the ability to get ahead by, I don't know. I can only think of like writing a paper for school or college.
Like using ChatGPT
Yeah.
to write a paper.
Yeah.
Have you ever played around with ChatGPT?
No, I haven't.
Greg, have you?
No, not yet.
I tried going on earlier today to see if it would write me a worship song,
Oh,
and it said it was so busy that it's not available to me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's using it.
I just went to the
Probably
actual
finals.
Yeah.
College finals.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think too, like, there's got to be.
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure that you can.
Can I
What?
borrow your plug? Will
Oh.
it reach over here?
You're gonna die.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I think
No, I still got 12%. We're good.
I think it's
Gaslight just came on.
at some point in time.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
probably be using AI to replace relationships. So
You think so?
That's
Yeah.
so weird.
I don't know if that's gonna make it.
So I mean, I don't see why not.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna
You know?
make it.
So at
Yes, you just barely made it.
so I don't know why that wouldn't be, But then I guess the argument for that would be like, what is the harm in that if it's not hurting anybody? But then does it take away from your relationship with God? Because we want like that instant gratification, and we want an answer. And oftentimes in your relationship, with God, a lot of it is just sitting and being still, and we don't want that. Because we live in this world where everything is like instant,
Yeah.
and God is not instant.
Yeah, well, that to me seems like it's even when it's even more obvious than the path when it's that such a contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to think about all the technology, and
It is
it's crazy.
So, again, referencing Crystal and Sagar, they were talking about this, the GPT. Is it GPT?
GPT.
If people don't know what that is, it's basically artificial intelligence generates, like, if you tell it, like, write me a worship song in the style of, I don't know, who.
You could just say write me a worship song, or you could.
But can't you get like really like?
You can get real
write
specific.
me a worship song in the style of Chris Tomlin.
You could say write me a
And
worship
then,
song
like-
in the style of Donald Trump.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you could get like,
That'd be
There's
hilarious.
so like
Crazy.
yeah.
and
what were some
it'll
of the things
generate
people were
stuff
doing?
fairly
Yeah.
quickly, right? And then like right away, and then you have this thing, and they were talking about how, like, was it BuzzFeed? I think just laid off a whole bunch of people.
Oh,
and
'cause
they're-
they were doing-
And they're because they're gonna start using AI to
Oh.
generate content. So they're laying off humans, and the effect that stuff like this is having on white collar careers now or workers. Whereas
Oh.
like a lot of the technology in past generation or so have really taken more of an impact on blue collar work. Like think of like the auto industry or something like that. Using robotics to assemble things rather than humans.
Oh yeah.
And how many jobs have been lost over that? Well, now it's just
Journalists.
a lot of
Journalists are the
journalists, a lot of
ones who are
white-collar
getting.
workers.
That's people like me.
But it becomes more, authenticity becomes even more important than to me. And that's where I think as a Christ follower, we just always need to be authentic, but to really lean into that side of authenticity in a time where it's going to get difficult to figure out. If you're reading a news article, it's going to get more and more difficult to figure out if you're reading something written by a human being or AI. And so in real life, and I guess it goes, the whole conversation is full circle with social media too. It's like, just be authentic, be a real person, be authentic, be genuine. Don't put on a fake show for people. And do your own homework, kids. Do your own research papers.
And
Don't
talk
use
to
Chat
people in real
GPT.
life, IRL.
IRL. It's funny because a few years ago, what was that website where you could buy research papers?
Oh.
Going back probably like 15, 20 years.
Maybe even more than that.
No. It was like 15 years ago or
It
something.
wasn't Ask Jeeves. It was something that like.
There was a. Do
Do you remember Ask
what was
Jeeves?
it? But you could buy paper. You could basically go shop for, if you're in college, like you could shop for a paper based, subject or whatever. That company went to colleges and said, "Hey, for a little extra money, we'll give you a list of clients." And so a whole bunch of college kids
Got busted.
got busted for
Man,
plagiarism. Which is a dumb business model because now all of a sudden you're done, right?
Well, I mean,
So
maybe
it's
they
people that were
figured
like-
they were falling off the hill, so they decided
Maybe.
to just jump instead.
Cash grab.
There's a lot of those. There's Grab My Essay,
Yeah. Grab my essay.
Essay Tigers.
But, and I joke about that all the
like
time.
grab my
I joked
essay.
with,
That was funny.
with, it was Abby.
Yeah,
toward
you
the end
always
of her
say,
year.
I got a paper.
She
Yeah.
said something, having to go home and write a paper. I'm like, what's it on? Like conversation, I set it up with a conversation. Oh, like on
Did
what?
she
She's like,
understand? 'Cause
history.
a lot of
And then
things-
I'm like, oh, I'll sell you one. And
like,
yeah,
huh?
everyone's always-
Essay Pro.
Yeah.
There's BBQ papers.
BBQ,
Yeah.
barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Papers.
sounds delicious.
I wonder when the first time somebody's gonna get busted for having Chat GPT write a sermon.
Well, what they're
Oh.
saying is how a lot of colleges are starting to do away with some of the busy work writing and stuff like that. And classroom learning is going to have to transition more toward like interpersonal, conversation in the classroom. Instead of like, hey, write a paper on this. It's like,
That's too
what do you
bad
say about
because
this?
I think I grew the most when I was writing
Yeah,
tons and tons of papers.
I did much.
I think it
better
helped me learn other
writing
skills,
a paper than
like
tests.
research. It helped me learn
Yeah.
other skills.
Yeah, but
like
that's because you weren't. Why are they doing that? Because people are just lacking interpersonal skills so much.
No, I think it's just too easy to either buy something online or get something or plagiarize.
So that's
and
a
get
dumb
around filters,
reaction
get
to it,
around.
because they're going to miss out on so many other. Like I even
Did
think
you have to use like turnitin.com or something like that where you'd submit your
Yeah,
paper through
it
and
would check.
immediately
No.
flag
Yep.
if it was
yeah,
plagiarized
it
or
would
something?
check.
I
bunch
never
of
had to
stuff.
do that.
The other thing is like the academic structure of things is not relevant to the real world. Like the MLA format or some of the formatting is not something you would
MLA.
use
Yeah,
in.
that stuff is dumb.
Right.
But
so
the act
some
of
of this
writing
is
a
good
paper-
because it's shining a light on how dumb some of this other
Right.
stuff was.
But I think it helped me even become a better communicator verbally by just
Sure.
writing. There's so many benefits from the process of having to write papers that just beyond writing a paper and getting the mechanics and grammar and all that stuff. There's so many other things that I think are beneficial that it'd be too bad to like eliminate it completely. It'd be unfortunate. I think just for the sake of wanting to not fall into the trap of some of these technological, hurdles. That'd be too bad. Anyway, that's kind of an interesting conversation. Seen any good movies lately?
No,
No.
No.
Did you see Wakanda Forever?
I did not. I need to go. I need to
It's
see
on
it.
Disney Plus.
I know.
Streaming.
I know.
I saw it in the theaters and on Disney Plus.
I wanna
I
watch
just
it.
saw it on Disney Plus for the first time like
Yeah.
a week ago. So.
Quantum Leap comes out.
That one looks cool.
I have not read.
I heard
any
it's supposed
reviews.
to be like the next end game.
It is. Yeah, Kang the Conqueror is.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't watch trailers or previews.
Oh well, that is the. Did you watch Loki?
Yeah, he was the man who
Yeah.
without a name or
Yeah.
whatever his name. That
What's
dude is
Quantum
in
Leap?
everything
What's
right
that?
now.
The new Ant-Man movie. So he's going to be the next
I
Thanos.
thought it was a show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, Kang, like the next big bad guy.
That he's the next
not,
big.
Not
he's
like
the
he's
big.
going to be Thanos.
No, he's
in
like
an
the next
alternate
big
reality.
bad.
Yep.
He's the big bad.
Dude is in
Who's-
everything right
Wait,
now.
what's the movie?
Yes.
What's that?
Quantum Leap is the next one.
Quantumanium.
That's what I meant. Quantum Mania.
Quantum Leap. That's a great show.
I was like, that's a show,
They have
right?
a new
What-
show. They have a new version of
They
Quantum
do
Leap.
have. They do have
Yeah.
a new.
With the guy.
No,
That
it's
one
not
guy.
the guy.
I know.
It's
We talked about
they're
this
all
in
the
the
Asian
show.
guys.
They all look
you think
alike,
they
I
look
know.
alike? Yeah, you're welcome.
It was a joke. I said it with the guy that played Asian Jim on The Office, but it
Yeah,
wasn't.
it was. It's not. It's a
Randall
different
Park.
guy. Yeah,
But that wasn't Randall Park either, was it?
he
No, it was
Randall Park was in the. They made a blockbuster series
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty fun.
No, I didn't see it, but I saw
Oh, the
he was on
blockbuster.
it.
Yeah.
I watched some
He's
of
It
that.
was
funny.
Yes.
It's easy to watch. The episodes are only like half an hour long.
Yes.
But what's this other quantum?
Quantum Mania. It's the third
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Yep.
Ant-Man.
They had Ant-Man, Ant-Man
should've
and
just called
Wasp,
it
and then Ant-Man Quantumanium. Mania.
Har. You're so
I-
funny, Greg.
He's so smooth I didn't even hear
Should
him.
have just called it Uncle.
Anyway, that seems like a good place to end.
Ant-Man.
And
have a
everybody
word for that.
is
We've almost done 2 hours. Crazy, huh?
everybody's rolling their eyes at Greg.
I'm used to it.
Check out the news and events page. There's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff going on. There's women's event, the scone thing. There's a
I like how you talked about that on Sunday morning. about,
Why?
like, what is a scone? I don't know. You know what a scone is.
I know. I was
It's
just
buttery
I know.
and flaky.
Is it buttery
really.
flaky?
They
I think of
seem
it more
dry.
Well,
Yeah, I
they are
think of it
dry.
dry and
I mean,
dusty.
but they are buttery and crumbly. I
I
mean,
think you're
Crumbly,
thinking of
yes.
a biscuit.
dry. I am thinking of a biscuit when I say flaky.
A
You can't
scone.
take a bite of a scone and have it not like completely
Right, all over. Yeah.
You're supposed to dip it, I think, in
Yeah.
tea.
tea or
Tea,
coffee.
coffee, scrumpets. What's a scrumpet?
I don't know. I'll ask my sister. She
Crumpet.
lives in Ireland now.
Is it
Crumpet?
scrumpet or crumpet?
Scrumpet.
I think
I
it's
have
a-
no idea.
I think it's a crumpet.
It's
tea
crumpet.
and scrumpet.
Oh no,
Tea
as
and
we were
crumpet.
watching like
Tea and crumpet.
Evan had this really brief soccer phase, like in the fall, where we'd go on Peacock. They have like the Premier League games, and so it's like the English commentaries or whatever. And we were watching it one morning. He's like, "Butter me crumpets." He starts talking.
It's like
yeah.
Shimmer me timber.
Yeah, so butter me
Butter me
crumpets.
crumpets.
Yeah. Anyway, scones.
Yes, check out the news events. There's the women's
Men's
thing. There's
breakfast
men's
Saturday.
breakfast coming up this Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep, Jeremy Uchman, right?
Bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon,
And
sausage,
Jeremy.
eggs,
Yeah.
pancakes.
There's the youth Super Bowl party this Sunday. I think starts gathering at like 4 or 5. The game's at 5.
Yeah.
So probably get here a little bit earlier than Hopefully.
There's
The
some
game.
meatballs.
Oh, hopefully there's some meatballs.
I was like, hopefully, what? Is the
Yeah.
game not happening?
No, hopefully there's some good snacks.
What other events? There's a parents' night out
On the 11th.
on the 11th of
Saturday
February.
night. I think
So
that might be
that's the
closed.
Saturday.
Oh.
No more
Because-
registration.
No, because they have a lot of kids.
Okay.
A lot of kids signed up.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, well, never mind. Scratch that.
Yeah.
Snooze, you lose.
We got the Marriage Adventures Date Night, Valentine's edition
That's on the 14th.
on the 14th. Valentine's
And
Tuesday
then
night.
the
FYI.
Sunday after that is the beginning of the Love Like You Mean It class on Sunday mornings at 10:30.
You got to register for that.
Yep.
Hey, I saw a really good meme
News and events page.
that said something about how it was like, I don't want to see any girl complaining about not getting flowers for Valentine's Day because of the whole Miley Cyrus, I Can Buy Myself Flowers song being so popular right now. Thought it was funny.
I didn't know.
Sing
Miley
it.
Cyrus
Sing a
had
little
good
bit of it
song.
for us.
No.
I don't.
No, you can go look it up. I can buy myself flowers.
Then she starts
Really?
singing.
Yeah. It's
know she
supposedly
had
it's written
stuff out.
about Liam Hemsworth, her ex-husband, who I was walking right behind
Miley
him.
Cyrus was married to Liam Hemsworth.
For like 10 years.
Oh, really?
No,
No.
for
Like,
like
really out of it?
10 months.
Okay.
But they went
That's a
to the
long
Thor
time.
Ragnarok premiere, and I was there, and we were walking right behind them as we were leaving the theater, and I touched Liam's popcorn bucket.
Ooh, that's
Oh.
weird.
You were going to say bucket, but it was going to sound like butt. It was going to sound, so you good save.
Shouldn't it be like I can buy myself flowers? Because her voice, is just, she's got such a low voice.
I'll go buy myself flowers, y'all. You know, did you ever see the SNL? What's her name? I don't even know her name. On SNL, she used to do the Miley Cyrus show.
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's so funny. Like, again, probably 10 years ago. It's the last time I watched SNL.
Yeah. Other events. If you're
Yeah.
probably not watching this, if you're newer to Northridge, and if you are, you're probably never coming back. But if you are newer and you're still interested in hanging out with us, there's a Discovery Northridge small group that's an 8-week long.
You should do that.
Yeah, you should just hang out with some other newer people. With Ben and Terry, they lead it. You get to get a well-rounded education about who we are as a church. Some of the other key leaders that drop in once in a while on certain weeks. Get together, eat a meal. I think they're getting together at Ben and Terry's house on Tuesday nights. So that's starting up later in February.
Yep.
So
Might be here if there's childcare needs. So,
Right.
But
yeah, either be at their house in
In
St.
St.
Michael,
Michael
or here if there's a lot of kids. So, other news and events things.
No,
No.
just go buy
pretty
yourself
good.
flowers.
News and events
Yeah.
page on the website, or you could get in the Church Center app through the homepage, or look on the calendar of events there. But, yep.
There you go. And if you have questions, let us know. And hope to see you this weekend.
Go Eagles or Chiefs.
Go refs.
Go refs.
Thanks for coming, Bert.
Go football. Yeah, thanks
Thanks
for
for
being
having
here,
me,
Bert.
guys.
Thanks for not being
Yeah.
here, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Loser. Working.
You're
trying
not
to
a loser,
provide
Mike.
for your family.
He's in his
I don't think
pajamas.
you're a loser.
In his pajamas.
He
working
probably
from
doesn't
home.
even listen to this when
He
he's not on
probably
it.
doesn't.
So, have you heard this pet peeve of mine? Grown men wearing pajamas in the airport.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get on,
Or just in public in general. Like, put some pants
But it
on.
started with grown men flying with pajama pants on.
Yeah. It's weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tell
And
Ben.
mine is the neck pillow. It just bothers me. So you get a grown
Walking
man
around in the airport with
adult
it.
male with pajama
Looks
pants
like,
and the neck pillow.
What was that? Like when some like defensive linemen or linebackers wear that neck
The neck
thing,
roll?
the neck
Yeah.
roll. That's what it looks like. They're trying to be cool.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
never knew. Who knew?
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, I saw someone picking up their child from school yesterday in pajama pants.
Did you want to
I texted Mike and Andy about it.
the worst would be is if he had pajama pants on and like a football jersey with the wearing a
Because
neck
that's Mike's
pillow.
pet peeve is the football jersey at church. Yeah.
That's in fact. When is Halloween next year?
On the 31st of October.
What day of the week is that? Because
I don't know. It was
I only
Sunday
ever
this year,
go to
right?
the trunk or treat if it's during like a work like work day. If it's on Monday or Tuesday.
Because when was it
generally
this
don't go.
year? What day of the week was it?
I think it was on a Monday night.
I think it was Monday, so
It was
it
a
would
Monday
be
night.
Tuesday.
Would it
Yeah,
be
'cause you
Tuesday?
didn't come.
Okay. Well, if it's ever on a Wednesday night again, that's what I'll do is I'll decorate my Jeep and then I'll wear pajama pants, a football jersey, and a neck pillows.
It is on Tuesday
yeah.
night this year.
Yeah, Tuesday night. I got to come up with a hat. What kind of hat?
Just neck pillow.
Oh, a neck
All right.
pillow. Anyway,
Say goodbye, Andy.
Bye.
say goodbye.